And welcome to Late Night Chat, episode 74.
with JT and Nico.
Booyah! You just threw that on me.
Whole world on lockdown, shit like a movie. Do I prefer this over jail, nigga? Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I've been quarantining, playing Call of Duty. I've been getting pussy, playing Call of Duty. My nigga Black just bought a rollie, he can't even go nowhere. Humidifier's going, you know that shit in the air. I don't know who city works right now, but say a prayer. 700 people died in one day, man, say a prayer. They say that he chillin', how the fuck they know? What about the places that's always cold? They giving checks to people that can't work and stay at home. What about the artists that can't do shows? Cause the whole world on lockdown, shit like a movie. Do I prefer this over jail, nigga? Absolutely. Fuck yeah. I've been quarantining, playing Call of Duty. I've been getting pussy, playing Call of Duty.
Baby, sell 100 bags, sell 100 bags. Another 100 bags, another 100 bags. 3,000 a bag, that's 1.2. I can play the side and be the coach or be the point two. I'm all about scoring. Chilling with my kids, I ain't even thought about touring. I'm making my business out with my performance. Every day we lit, it never get boring. How you go from stolen cars to hopping out of foreign? Off-white Jordans, just to go recording. Riding with a mask and some gloves in the Corvette. Gotta be the coldest. I just called a bro and got some pints, I need to pull it, baby.
Cause the whole world on lockdown, shit like a movie. Do I prefer this over jail, nigga? Absolutely. Fuck yeah. I've been quarantining, playing Call of Duty. I've been getting pussy,
All right, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, brother. You just threw that on me. Eh?
Great intro.
Fucking guy. Yeah, what's going on, buddy? It's nice to be back in my side of the room over here. I feel more at home.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be back. Still getting used to this setup though. Still, even though we've done 2 episodes, I guess now in the same room, but I like it. I like it a lot.
It works out pretty cool, eh? No, yeah. I mean, I think I've been getting. Well, I've had a few people say that they like the way it's working, and we just gotta remember that it's well, I gotta remember too. It's not like looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Right. It's actually like you would see me. So like that's why I kept going like this to point to that stupid fucking the comic, right? The name. And I kept going on the wrong arm because it kept throwing me off.
Yeah, it's a little different now, right? It's not you and me staring at a screen now. Now it's kind of like we got to look at each other a little bit. You got to look at the screen a little bit. Yeah. You got to kind of divide your time. But I like the angle it kind of brings, and kind of it also, it gives. It's not like we're just staring at the viewers the whole time either, right? So yeah, no, it's good. But I'm glad I was able to play that intro song here for you guys. I tried to do that last week, the same song. That failed. And that hilarious fucking bit of me playing Reunited, It Feels So Good to JT while I was serenading him with a glass of wine in person.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
So
about
if
that,
you guys
man.
watch the video and it's just like me going like this, and it's just like you hear nothing for like 2 minutes, and JT's just laughing. That's what was going on. What would be getting together even at a social distance be with us if we didn't screw something up, right? Exactly. Or if I didn't screw something up that time.
You know what? It was the first time. I was trying to explain to Nico, everybody. It was the first time that we were back in the same room, different setup.
You jinxed it.
Once again, a different setup because now there's 2 computers instead of 1.
Yeah, multiple computers, but the same kind of setup, just now on 2 different computers and 2 different types of computers, and like set up even on the computers themselves, right? So if the audio was less than stellar last episode, we apologize for that. I put a note up on the YouTube. I actually thought it was a really good episode, so it's a shame that the audio came out so shit, and I'm trying to figure out how to take the audio that I have recorded for the podcast audio for whenever that fucking gets uploaded to actually transfer over to the YouTube video. And if you're recording it live, it's a little harder to actually insert the audio after the fact. I don't know if there's a way. I haven't figured it out yet. So
wherever there's a will, there's a way. I mean, you probably could figure it out. I don't have no doubt that you won't be able to figure out if you tried, right? But I mean, if you didn't really look into it as much as you thought, right? I thought you might have, because that worked out to be perfect. Like you threw me right off, just kind of like you did with this fucking start of the intro, but I think a little bit more last time.
Yeah,
it would have tripped everybody.
Well, those are the moments we kind of don't experience when we're doing it from 2 separate locations as much, right?
It's the blooper reel, that one.
Yeah. So, hey, you want to do me a favor? You want to turn me up in my headphones a little bit, like you're the fucking producer here. Hey, turn me up in my headphones for a sec. I'm the second one, I think, there too. So,
you're the first
I'm the first one. Are you sure? Because now I could hear less.
Okay, hold on. There you go. You're the second one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so there we go. Yeah, that's better.
That threw me off.
Yeah. All right, so now we're off to the races, though. The sound should be sounding good today. Let us know in the chat here if you are tuned in today. If something does sound wrong to you.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know. I'm surprised people didn't pick up on that for the last episode. I had even my buddy there, new to the podcasting game, tuning into it live. My buddy Nazim there. Shout out to Brews with the Crew podcast once again, and he was like, "Yeah, I was enjoying it." I'm like, "Fuck, man!" I'm like, the audio was garbage. I was like, like it sounded like we were talking into the like an empty cylinder or something. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it did. It compared to even Friday, compared to the battle.
Of course, we figured it out by then.
That one there. Well, no, it's still, you could tell the way we did the audio setup for, like, let's say the one I had in the car there with the when it comes through on the stereo, when it comes through on our end, like, so when I was playing the music on my end, and it would come through on the stereo, it sounded crystal clear, like you're listening to it from the headphones or whatever,
right?
So to speak. But
Peter's
part would come in very high pitch. That's it. You wouldn't get no low tones. You wouldn't get anything like that, right? It's just the way it picks it up, right? Because it's not connected to that.
That's what a lot of these battles are like, the sound quality of these versus battles on Instagram, or now they have like a website or whatever. Even with all their producers and shit involved, their DJs or whatever, the audio that's going to come out on people's phone or over the internet, it's always like filtered down a bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's always going to lose quality no matter what, right?
It's going to go from it's going to go slowly and slowly as it's getting pushed into different networks, and even onto the StreamYard probably, right?
Yeah,
they do the best they can. I mean, I'm pretty sure to get everything that comes through that mixer, everything that comes through there audio wise,
right,
to come out pretty good, considering, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that it is a live stream.
So a couple of things, I guess, new with the show, though. Yeah, there's that. The audio was shit last time, so again, apologies about that. We figured it all out today.
I apologize to
Oh no, I'm just glad that wasn't the battle.
I'm
just glad that wasn't the fucking battle. Thank God that wasn't the battle, because that would have
half the songs weren't there.
Yeah,
and have to try to add them in afterwards.
No, that would have been a wash.
No, it would have been.
And we'll get into the battle in a moment. I wanted to break it down today. There's a little controversy surrounding the battle on some people's part, I think.
I think so too.
But first off, congratulations, though, JT, your first win in the battles and the live battles that we've been doing on the channel. We'll get into it shortly, though. I don't want to take anything away from you, but you did win. And so, I will say congrats on that.
Okay. You can say congrats on that. Thank you, Joe. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know why, but yeah, go ahead. Yeah, keep it going.
Also, finally, I think we'll be returning to the comics podcast I do this week, and probably going to be doing videos for the first time.
Fucking time.
Yeah. So, I don't expect a lot.
You're telling me somebody's not scared to go on camera?
Yeah. Well, so far so good from what I'm gauging, right? So I think it's going to be interesting for the channel. We'll see how it goes. These comic videos seem to be pretty popular on the on the internet, and it seems a lot of people check them out.
You're missing it, a lot of the viewers that we had on SoundCloud. They're probably going, "What the fuck is going on?"
Right. Yeah. We kind of abandoned the SoundCloud here, even though we're still paying the monthly premium right now. But we got things in the works. Just life's been busy lately, believe it or not. Even though it went from having all this free time on our hands to kind of also feeling that, and also kind of just being in a funk with like the overall kind of state of things, right? Like I just haven't been feeling my productive self, to be honest with you, because there has been some change in my life recently because of how things are, just in terms of the time I have available to myself and just like the way things go week to week now, right? So to be honest with you with that too, but we're gonna figure that out, and we'll let you guys know when that's all ready to go. But yeah, it looks like we might be having some more video content for the YouTube. We don't expect people to cross over to that if comics is not your thing from this show, but hey, it's gonna be there. I don't know if we'll be doing them live as of yet. I think we'll probably just be pre-recording them and loading them at this point in time. So
it makes sense.
So we'll see how it goes. So that should be interesting. Yeah. So that's
that'll be something nice to add to the channel, in the sense of the both perspectives of the way you guys do your comic review, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's different than the way you do your trade talk and that stuff. That's another thing that went disappeared too, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm going to do that in front of a camera by myself, so I'll have to see. I would like to, but yeah. So that's shout out to Weekly Wine Comic Time. That's for sure happening as far as I know. We're going to try it out. And Trade Talk, we'll see. That's the one I do comic reviews on my own, kind of. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, because I was
that one alive might get you. You might have a lot of people
seem to like the Trade Talk. Yeah,
and you might have a lot of you might have to be doing a lot of typing, or at least even getting them to jump on, like if you understand what I'm saying, because it sounds like people with Trade Talk would. The way you were getting views and stuff, it almost looks like they had something to say, or they would like to discuss it with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
It almost looks like that. I know you're not that most personable when it comes to talking live like that.
Yeah.
No, but like this, it's different. You don't know the person. You can say whatever you want.
I've still been just easing into this whole YouTube thing. You know what I mean? Like I was more comfortable behind the mic and not being on the screen. This has been a big change for me, right? This YouTube thing, and I don't consider myself a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like because
got a face for radio. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm not. If you look, like we're not regular YouTubers on here, right? We're just basically just recording ourselves and putting it out there. But there's like a lot of stuff that you gotta like brand yourself if you're like a YouTuber. You know what I mean? We're on YouTube, but I wouldn't consider us YouTubers per se, right? So so anyways,
we're not YouTubers, guys. We're WeTubers.
You know what I mean? Like I just kind of like, we get on here, we record our conversations, and we do. I always consider myself a podcaster first before YouTuber, right? Like a lot of these guys with the YouTube channels, it's catered to them.
Especially the big ones, right? Like that.
They know how to brand themselves. They also like they style the page. Eventually, hopefully, we'll get to that, like where we can actually upgrade our page and like the animation, like this sells. Like we just slap a photo on right now of something that we may talk about but it's nothing like, you know what I mean? Like we don't have original graphics and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to say. Like the YouTubers, like their personalities and they're like
out on the street. They're out on the street.
Yeah, I don't consider myself that, right? I mean, like we got this show on YouTube, and I'm thankful for everybody checks it out. And the live things that we've been doing have been fun. So I've been enjoying doing the YouTube thing. I just don't consider myself like those people, right? So
those people.
Those people.
Those people, guys. You see the
YouTubers. Listen, YouTubers, it's geez, he caught me up there. I'm gonna get fired off the show now.
That's it.
Bad PR day.
That was the wrong thing to say.
Yeah,
that's it. They're gonna cut us off now, guys.
Those scum of the earth YouTubers. No, you know what I mean, though. Just I don't consider anyways.
I know what you're saying. I know. I get what you're saying. We don't do it. It's a regular thing, but it's not one of those things that people are going nuts. Where like we were talking about how they get into 50 episodes and they're fucking all over alcohol drinks and fucking you know what I mean? It's weird. That's smart. That's when they got into all that marketing. And they have to throw in a fucking thing behind them, right?
You never know, but we appreciate everybody who checks their stuff out, and everybody who's in the room today. I see a couple people also viewing here. If you guys aren't taking part in the chat, please do so. If you got something to say, you do have to be signed into YouTube to take part in the chat.
Or if you just like to watch and be creepy, that's all good.
Hit subscribe, hit like on the video. Thanks for watching once again.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the battle. So last Friday, JT here, he faced Peter. Live battle. We had the usual people that usually stop through, and maybe a couple new faces. Every time there seems to be like somebody new. I think your buddy Max there came through for the first time, I think. And
I think there's a couple people that were hiding out in the chat, and they weren't really.
It was the craziest thing before when the battle was done. We had the largest amount of people in the room when we were just casually chatting at that point.
Weird,
yeah,
right?
So that was going on.
We have a show like that on fucking Monday. Like really.
It was cool, but it was just like literally we had almost double the amount of voters in the room towards the end, or like the second round. Yeah, like at the time when you were going and Peter, which I guess also helped your benefit as well. You had more viewers towards the second half of that show than we did from the start. It seemed like, right? Because it's Friday night already. I'm kind of seeing, some people are available, some people are going in and out, some people are busier now. Yeah, definitely, because the bars are open and like people are having some sort of a social life a little bit more now from when we first started off, right? But it was a good showing, as always. A lot of views and positive response from people. So yeah, it was really fun. But JT faced Peter. He had Ludacris. He was representing Ludacris, and Peter had 50 Cent.
The dirty South.
So a lot of people going into this battle, I would say, thought that 50 Cent was going to run away with it. Like 50 Cent was going to kill you. 50 was going to destroy you.
Even I thought so.
I think I was the only one that was very outspoken to people saying, hey, don't, you know what I mean? Don't,
count your horses, or I don't know the fuck. There's so many different sayings that don't
chickens before they hatch or whatever. No, I'm just like, don't count them out yet. I said, Luda's got a lot of club hits. I know some of the people that visit and vote in our chats. You got to remember, know your audience.
That's the best thing.
Right?
I told you that.
I got to say, and as we go on, we get into it, because we're going to do a full quick breakdown of it here.
I don't mind.
By the way, guys, the video is still up there for your viewing pleasure. If you get a chance.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, it hasn't been removed. There has no issues with the songs that we played that night by YouTube so far. So it's still up there. We didn't have to edit anything out. So there's fucking 3 hours of a show there. About an hour and 45 minutes is probably the battle itself. After that, we're just shooting the shit. So, but if you want to watch the actual battle portion, it's about an hour and 45 minutes, I'd say. If you get a chance, go back and check that out in our YouTube feed. I also got playlists now up on the channel. Like I made playlists of all like the different types of shows we've been doing. So we got a Battle of the Bangers, Battle of the Bands.
So you can actually search through it properly instead of having to scroll down everybody.
Late night at the movies. We got late night chat, and then we got like our other videos, just like random things that we've done that we've also put up there, right?
Two random white guys.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all up there. And yeah, it was good, but I think that you used everything you could to your advantage, as you should have in this, because you were definitely the underdog, I think, going into this, but you knew your audience a little bit, I think, from previous battles. I think you definitely you played to some of Luda's strengths. You played some of the club bangers. You had people kind of, there's some women in the room too, not to point out the fact that they might like certain types of music sometimes more so than guys. Like especially if you're going to be playing some like super gangster 50 Cent shit over like a club hit that Luda had or something like that. Right. Yeah. So, I just think, that goes a long way in sometimes the voting. So JT won in overtime. And he won by one song. So they went to 3 songs in overtime. They were tied 6-6. They went to 13 songs total after the initial 10, and he won by 1 song. So let's do a breakdown here. I'm not going to play all the music, is what I was going to say. I wrote all the songs down and what the outcomes were. I got it all here for you. Okay.
So at the top of my head, I know the last song I played because you have to know your audience.
So I want to start doing this with some of the battles. We always kind of do an overview of them, like a discussion how it went, but we've never really sat here and kind of did it like a breakdown after the show, because I felt there was never any any people that thought otherwise, right? Like I don't think anybody felt like they should have won, or they, what I mean, or anything. Like in this instance, Peter was kind of surprised at the outcome. So, and even I thought on it over the weekend. I was like trying to figure out, what occurred there. So they gave the video a rewatch today, prior to recording this. And I figured, let's do a breakdown, because I've seen these other YouTube videos where they break down the battles, and it's interesting just to hear other people's thoughts and how the battle would have went. Right.
Okay.
And Peter actually did his due diligence during the battle, and he even wrote down, me and him did this when we faced each other too. He wrote down in his opinion
what he thought.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I've seen that done before. Like I seen that on the Ludacris and Nelly. That one. They have the ending.
So he thought he won 8-5 over you. This is all the overtime songs all in and everything. So like going into that overtime, I don't even think he would have made it to the overtime by his count, but he had him winning 8-5. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Well, no, I mean, listen, sometimes, something will catch your ear. It's not about knowing it, but there's definitely, it does go a long way knowing some of the tunes that the person's playing, right? And, we'll get into it here, my opinions on it. Okay, so here we go, round 1.
Okay.
And if you want to hear the songs, I'm not playing little snippets for you guys. Go back and watch the video if you're not familiar with some of these songs. Round 1, okay? Peter started. He did the intro. He did How to Rob by 50 Cent. Great intro song. He could have possibly even won with that song. But great intro song, because that is what got him noticed and like in the big league, like can I get signed and all that. So I understand why he played that song as an intro. Great intro. Probably could have taken a round with that song though. Yeah, possibly.
Oh yeah, I think so.
But then he goes in. I Get Money. All right,
right off the bat,
first song, and this is I think off the Curtis. I think that one was right. That was his third album.
Yeah.
Huge hit. Huge hit. Okay. But then you countered with Luda's Ho. Okay, Use a Ho. Another fucking anthem. Okay, like and at the time he was really fucking shocked that you took the round. And now, like even thinking about it now, I could have went either way with this one. But at the time, I'm voting. I'm taking my score right now. I voted for Ludacris's Use a Ho, because like
I think the way I came out, I rolled out with it too. And then just by saying, you know what, this is for you. And, and you know what, you gotta remember, you gotta know how to talk to people.
Right.
And you gotta remember who's in your chat. I didn't see everybody in the chat until they started popping up and making comments.
Right.
Right. But yeah, on this end.
Yeah.
You know.
So huge song. That was also an anthem, right? One of Ludacris's earliest hits. And I think just because like I Get Money was also, I could have went either way with this one though. So I'll make note of that. On that one, you could have went either way. At the time, I still think I would go Ludacris Ho, just because like that's
I want to explain why that I think that set the tone for the rest of the thing, but you go on and remind me about that, because I'm going to tell you why I think that set the tone.
All right.
Those two songs.
So you won the round, and I would also give that one to you.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, could have went either way with that. And it is kind of surprising that you took it right out the gate with that countering it, but it's such a big anthem, and how I Get Money was such a big club anthem too. They're both on the same level in that sense, I feel. But
the one I played wasn't a big club anthem.
No,
it was a big anthem. It was a big song.
Yes,
for everybody and anything that was going on in that time.
And a song that you couldn't make today.
And it's
even in hip hop.
Yeah, and it's not a mixtape one. It's not a.
It's off his album.
It's off an album. It's a hardcore, but it's not it's mainstream.
Not his debut.
It's not. But it's a mainstream song, but it's not like we said, a club banger.
But that's why I'm surprised you won with it, because I Get Money was a way bigger song, and a lot of people would sit here and argue against you and say that shouldn't have won against I Get Money. So you can't say anybody's wrong right now by saying that. That could have went either way.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up, round 2. 50 Cent followed up with Back Down. The 50 Cent Back Down. That song, I think it's from Get Rich.
Get Rich, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good song. Good song. Great song.
Mm-hmm.
Great song. Great hook. You're right there.
That freaked me out. I went to go turn, and this thing, the cord
hit the fucking coffee.
No, I went to go turn, and the stupid fucking cord hit the.
And then you followed up with Luda's Get Lit, which a lot of people in the chat voted for.
But I don't think a lot of them know that song.
I don't personally know that song that much.
No.
I've heard it before, but it's not a great song for me. I didn't vote for that. I voted for Back Down. Okay. And that Peter ended up taking that round by one. By one.
There
so
you go.
He
that
just snuck that out. Okay.
That sets the tone for the whole thing there.
Okay.
And I can explain why.
Go ahead.
You want me to explain why?
You want to explain now? Yeah. Before I move on.
Because what he did was he took a club hit.
Right.
Okay. And lost with it.
Right.
And it fucked with him.
But then you countered with
I didn't use a club hit.
See, now that's kind of nasty in your regard then, because no, but listen, my friend, you got to try to, you don't have to,
but you got to set the tone.
But most of the time people follow up with a similar styled song if they have it. You kind of played opposites.
The same era, but
you played opposite
style. Exactly. So what's wrong with that?
You tried to fuck him up right out the gate. See, with this,
it doesn't matter. Yeah. He could have fucked me up right out the gate because I thought he was going clubs all the whole thing.
No,
that's what fucked me up, because he played an intro song,
right,
which was kind of a not club, but it was an anthem song,
right. In that sense, I don't think he should have opened up with "I Get Money." I think he should have saved that song.
Probably,
yeah.
Because he would have used that. But you see, this is the second one.
That would have been a huge OT song. Yeah,
which was not one that everybody knows, and nobody really knows it.
I don't even really like that. It's fine.
No, and nobody knows it. But he put, what did he put again?
Back Down.
Back Down.
Yeah.
Which was another one that wasn't a banger, but he won with it.
No, that was a big.
It was
song.
a banger.
That was off his album. The first.
It wasn't. It wasn't a club song. It wasn't anything like that.
Yeah.
It was like it would have been good against the first one.
But to me, no question, that one won. That's a well-known classic
song. So he thought he was gonna win with those.
Fair enough. So that's your opinion. Okay, so so Peter took that round. It was tied. Round 3. He played doo-wop freestyle. That's like it's like off of I think Guess Who's Back, one of his albums he came before Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
It was a freestyle. It was over like a mixtape beat. Yeah. Cool song.
Cool song. I won't. Now, they're all great.
Now
songs.
I'll tell you. I voted for this in the video. I watched myself vote for this. Mm-hmm. I think me and one other person. Then you followed up with Luda, Blow It Out Your Ass. I almost, in a sense, would rescind my vote today if I could. That is the way better tune out of these two. I love the doo-wop freestyle that he played, but Blow It Out Your Ass is catchy as hell. I love that fucking Ludacris song. I would give it to you right now. So, you know what I mean? So, but I voted for doo-wop. I'm just going to say that's the only one I contradicted myself by rewatching it right now. I was like, that one. Because I was even singing your song and everything, right?
Yeah, you wanted me to play the whole song. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I know. I was like...
What's going on,
Max? How you doing? We're just recapping the battle right now. We're trying to figure out how this occurred. Okay, so we're on round 3. So JT,
if you have any opinions, I mean,
feel free to let us know. You were there for most of it. These are the rounds actually you missed out on. So so 50, he played doo-wop freestyle. Luda played Blow It Out Your Ass.
Yeah.
And I give that to you.
And I walked in with it too. If you watched the video, I walked in with it. Right?
You took the round. Okay, so next round. At this point, you're winning 2-1, 3 rounds in. Okay. He's a little pissed off. He busts out in the club, of course.
Of course, he threw it away right in the beginning, bro.
Of course. No,
I haven't even played any big club hits yet.
He had to tie it up. He was scared. I mean, at this point in time, I'm not gonna speak for him, but 2-1 already, like against Luda, I was like, okay.
And I know my cousin, dude. That's my cousin. That's blood. I know.
Think about it.
The way he's
gonna tie it up. He's gonna tie it up going into the 5th round, his last round. That was the smart move, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Because
I think it was a good move.
I didn't even realize that was the 5th.
Then
the 5th round.
I gotta critique your decision here. Now you played Saturday. You could probably have taken a round with that song.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would have just thrown something to the Wolves. I would have just thrown a fucking shit song to the Wolves at that point. But you know what? You gave it a good shot. It's in the club though. Nothing would have taken down in the club, in my opinion. That's like one of his biggest fucking songs, commercial or otherwise. You can't say nothing was going to take that down.
It didn't matter what I was going to do.
Nothing was going to take that down.
Which I said, I put Saturday thinking I could hurt him with it, right?
Yeah, absolutely, Max. Yeah. No, that's a true point. That's what I was getting to, right? I mean, that was my big takeaway. I think spoke about it that night. He stayed true to what he kind of wanted to do, which I got to give him respect for. And it was close. He made it close still, right? But when you go through this, when you actually break it down, it makes a lot of sense. So we're going to continue. So Peter took that round, of course.
Yeah.
50 Cent in the club.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, and I threw Saturday because it was a big club hit.
But I got to go 50 Cent in the club with that one Saturday. Okay. Yeah. So you're going to see me veer off from the vast majority of votes here in a moment, too, right? Because a lot of the earlier 50 stuff, like we grew up listening to, and I love,
you do,
right?
And then I was worried about that myself personally.
Right. So round 5, this is his last round now. Okay, right now you guys are tied 2-2. Mm-hmm. He plays 50 Cent High All the Time.
Great song.
Classic fucking song. Get Rich or Die Trying, High All the Time. As soon as he played that, I'm like, oh, he's taking this round. Yeah. And he did. You played Luda Pass Out, which I think is not even that great of a song. That was, again, I don't know if you just fucking threw that.
I should have switched that one and the other one.
Yeah.
Right. I could have threw that out. I just could have threw it out there. Right. And got rid of it on
Get Lit seemed to get some people going. Like they liked that one, but Pass Out for me, that was a waste of a track. That was garbage of you to play that. Like you should have played, you could have played Saturday there.
That was a DMX one.
You could have played Saturday against High All the Time. I thought it would have a better chance.
But that's what I mean. I should have switched those two.
Why that's what I mean. You fucked up a little bit there. You fucked
up
a
big deal.
So High All the Time I'm going with here. Round 5.
Yeah.
Okay, round 6. All right, so then it goes over to you now. Mm-hmm. You do the Ludacris intro for yourself. You played hip hop quotables, okay?
Yeah. That was, I had
a request by me in a sense. Yeah.
So
I love that song.
Yeah, I know you do.
Again, I don't think you would have. I know some people were fond of it, but I don't think you would have won it. It was on his album Chicken and Beer, but it was like a freestyle of sorts. You know what I mean? Like it was like again a really
almost
cool
like
song.
a skit, but like the longest.
I dig that song. I love it a lot. But again, I don't think it would have got you a win. So let's just So I was that was a really cool intro. I felt as well. Both good intros on your part, and you fucking you hit hard with Roll Out. All right, so
you have to.
Yeah, Roll Out was a huge song for Luda. And then he goes and plays still I'll Still Kill featuring Akon off, I think it was Curtis, I think, as well.
Yeah, another one that
not a good song in my opinion. It's okay.
It's there. It was okay at the time.
Yeah, because it was an Akon feature.
Yeah.
But whatever. Like to me,
it's like having an R. Kelly feature nowadays.
He admitted to throw that out because he knew he wasn't going to beat Roll Out. That's what he said at the time. Yes, I rewatched the replay. He claimed that at the time. He's like, I'm not beating Roll Out.
You can beat Roll Out. 50 Cent could beat Roll
Out.
That's
what I'm thinking. But he threw it out, he claims. And I thought it was a weird move for him to play that because it's a club song, right?
Yeah, so I was nervous, bro. Trust me, man. Some of my songs, the 50 has.
So I got to go Luda Roll Out on that one.
Yeah,
okay?
I was shitting myself, man.
So then next up, we got round 7.
Round 7 was
okay. You play Area Codes.
Yeah, because I did
cool tune. I like Area Codes.
I wanted to do a little shout out, for the late great.
Peter went 50. The Good Die Young, which is I think on Power of the Dollar, and he won. And that's a fucking not as known of a song, I feel. Yeah. But a great fucking song, great message. I think that one got through to some of the people listening.
And I think but that's throwing him off.
Right.
That whole thing is throwing him off.
I think that some people could argue for Area Codes in that one, but for me, that's a classic 50 song for me. So I went 50 on that one.
For you, probably for Max over here too. Max, what do you think about that one? Exactly.
So next up, round 8. So he took that round though. He took it. That was impressive. You play Luda's Go to Sleep. I like the song, but I would have played probably other things off of Word of Mouth before that.
Like, I know. I was kind of like leading him into
which he got a little mad about. He's like, I'm not playing G-Unit, but all you played was DTP on the chorus. Yeah. So that's fair game.
Yeah. The chorus, opinion, that's all they are. It's on the chorus.
He was a little upset about that. So but I would agree. Like when he made the comment about him versus All the South, but I got to say, chorus is acceptable in my books, right? Well,
so it makes every song, right? I mean,
the Akon song. Yeah, the Akon song 2 songs before. We didn't call him out for that one, but he was on there. Yeah. Maybe he didn't play his chorus. I don't know. But anyways,
I didn't hear that part. Yeah.
He responds with Whoop Your Head from fucking the Get Rich or Die Trying movie soundtrack. Classic tune. I got to go 50 Cent.
It's a good song.
Okay?
But
this is where it's important now. Okay. We're going into this. He's up 5-3. 2 rounds to go. All right.
This is where it changes.
No, this is where looking at this, I understood almost all the moves he made up to this point, even if some of them were risky. This is where
he threw you off.
No, this is where he fucks up. Like he shouldn't have went to a tiebreaker.
He got nervous.
He should have played any of the songs. Wait till you see his OT songs, okay? Unless he wanted to bring it there.
Because I know his OT. Like I remember him playing them there. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just worried about what I was.
Round 9. Mm-hmm. Okay, you played Move Bitch. Arguably one of his biggest commercial songs, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. And it's hard.
Okay.
It's hard to play with that one. It's hard to compete with that one.
Yes, but I wouldn't have played Candy Shop either. I think it's a garbage song. I get it. Know your audience, but you don't want to sell out completely either, in my opinion. And he agreed. Listen, he even said,
I get what you're saying, but if you ever watch those battles if you ever watch other battles,
I said not completely. You play the hits that people want to hear as well. I said completely. Mm-hmm. If you've seen any of mine, I do it almost
but I'm not even talking about ours. Like these, I'm not even saying.
There's some songs you can get away with that people might not know that might actually come off well, like actual bangers. I don't think some of these songs did because this is from another era of 50 Cent. This is not even the same style of 50 Cent.
No.
You play Move Bitch. He played You Ain't No Gangster from, again, I think it's either Power of a Dollar or Guess Who's Back. I think it's from Power of a Dollar. Again,
great song.
No, I love that fucking song.
So do I, but I was getting nervous, but the audience, I didn't believe that.
No, and absolutely, you won the round.
Yeah.
Bad move against Move Bitch, in my opinion. Yeah, okay.
He has a lot of other songs.
The only person that voted for that song, me. And I still vote for it. I'm the only person because
I'll vote for it
because from that tape, like 50 Before Get Rich, that's like one of my favorite songs by him. So like again.
It reminds you of what
brings my language. He's speaking my language because that's the song that we used to listen to a lot too. That shit. Right?
And I know, yeah.
So again, no, I just I understand what he was trying to do, but at the same time, you can't be too upset if you lost as a result of it.
Exactly.
Either, right. And in his words, he was a little sour. We talked today about it because I wanted to get his thoughts going into this because I said I wanted to give a breakdown. Man. I invited him on, but I don't know if he never confirmed. So, and but I'm not sitting here to talk shit about him. I'm trying to analyze what exactly went down here. Right?
No, I know. I'm not trying to talk. I'm trying to say it too.
Moving into the 10th round. Okay, you're down by 1. You play Luda. What's Your Fantasy? Huge track.
Another one.
He plays "Be a Gentleman," which like.
But this is what I don't understand.
That was the worst move he could have done, I think, in this whole thing. Unless he wanted to take it to OT, unless he was strategically like, look at these 3 OT songs I have, which like were crazy. But I'm like, I would have just shut you down at that point. He played "Be a Gentleman," which for me, even from that era 50, not my favorite song by him. I even told him as such, and so I would go with you on that one. What's your fantasy? Not a good move. Like I thought that was one of his weaker songs. At the time, it did well for him. I know everyone like that know 50 classic 50 may point to that song. It was a good song, but top 10, no. I would never put it on top 10 in my opinion. I just top 10 material.
I don't even know really the song.
You only have so many.
I might have heard it twice, 3 times.
Okay,
maybe.
So you guys are tied now, but those last 2 rounds were bad. Like he played two deep,
he played
two
songs.
deep cut songs, and you played fucking "Move Bitch" and "What's Your Fantasy," which are arguably
probably his biggest songs.
So okay,
I know.
So like I said, you made a couple of mistakes. He made a couple of mistakes. You guys are going into OT, but when we break it down like this, and honestly, like
it's like chess, bro.
He played like fucking 4 deep cuts before Get Rich or Die Trying here.
Yeah.
Deep cuts to non-50 fans, maybe. If you're a huge 50 fan, I'm sure you've heard these songs, but even so, a lot of people say Get Rich moving forward was the best part of his career, and I would have to agree, but these are great. He had some good songs during that period before Guess Who's Back and Power of Dollar. Good albums, in my opinion.
But you sat right across from me here, and you've seen in that book, everything was just a bunch of songs, man. I had to pick strategically.
No, you did,
I had a way I was going to do it, and then I went and messed around.
So yeah, no, I get it. No, I'm not defending him.
I'm just saying from my own behalf. I'm just saying that I had a bunch of songs lined up, guys, and the problem is that I couldn't use all of them. So I had, and I knew which ones that I thought personally were gonna be, bangers, is what people in that are going to be voting for,
right?
You want to have them shake their head at least,
So here, let's wrap this up.
Not go shoot somebody.
So yeah, and then he went on. I rewatched the video. He wanted to say, no, but that's 50 Cent, man. Like,
I know
you know
what
I mean. Like,
it's
get the
two
fuck
different
out of here.
people. Like I'm getting votes from girls about hoes.
So then he went on to say, though, even before we went to OT, as I did the rewatch of the video, he said, he wanted to school people. He wasn't going for the easy win. He wanted to show some people, like, because he was happy that in previous battles, we were able to show some songs that people didn't know of certain artists. Yeah. So he was kind of following suit by showing what he liked of some of his older stuff. And he stayed true to that. But again, so now he wasn't fucking around. But I don't even think he should have let you get to OT like he did. In the sense that
I don't think I should. I remember when I said I'm surprised we're going to OT.
But if he did play it differently, he could have ran away with it. So I gotta respect, like, he kind of made it a close battle. But here in this OT, in my opinion, I gave all 3 rounds to him. I'm gonna tell you right now. But
it's because you like the songs.
No, you know them. I don't think it's debatable, to be honest with you. I'm surprised that one of these 3, I understand why they would have voted for you. But the other one, so first round in OT, you won this round. He went, I don't know, Officer from fucking the Get Rich or Die Trying album, the movie.
Yeah,
that's a big fucking song, man.
The movie was big.
That was a big, and you played "Grew Up a Screw Up," which is a fine song by Luda.
But not something man. It just has a better tone, dude.
No,
it has a better beat, bro.
That was a shameful win that you won that one. I couldn't believe that.
Sometimes it's about the beat.
So then you fucking played probably your most garbage song with this whole thing. I don't understand where this came from. You put your money featuring DMX from the fucking Red Light District album. What the hell was that?
I did that one for you, bro. I don't know. I just thought DMX.
It's a shit DMX fucking.
I know it is.
It's
dude.
when he was shit.
Bad,
what the hell's wrong?
It was bad. But that's what I'm saying. I didn't even take 15. There wasn't. I could have took 15 club hits.
Then
bro.
he just fucking annihilated you and played Many Men, which I'm surprised he didn't play in the top 10 for fuck's sakes.
He would have.
Arguably 50's like biggest fucking huge fucking song. Huge.
Yeah.
He won that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then here's the last one. He played Somebody Gonna Die Tonight from fucking The Massacre.
Yeah.
And then, no, this is the only one I would say I could understand why people voted against it. You played Stand Up. Huge fucking record for Luda as well.
Makes you stand
Got people
up
going. Yeah. No, listen. That was a slick move at the end there. But that's why it shouldn't have made it to this point, though. But Somebody Gonna Die Tonight, I got to go with Somebody Gotta Die Tonight, man. The Massacre,
okay. Let me explain something to you. If we were here,
you think I'm an idiot? You're gonna explain to me? I played strategically, like with my club fucking songs. Yeah, that's cool.
I didn't play all club songs. If you look at that,
you need to know when to do that.
Some of the songs I played that I like personally, people you didn't like them. Other songs you didn't like that I played on
right.
there.
And some people were even arguing in the chat about that. They're like, that's not really a banger. Yeah, better song, but not really a banger. Yeah, exactly. I get it. But that was the 50 bangers, though. If you were a fan of his music, he was like a gangster rapper at that time. But at the same time, he could have played 21 Questions. He could have played PIMP. Could have played Magic Stick. Those were all good tracks too.
Patiently waiting.
Right.
He could.
Patiently waiting.
A verse.
He could have played
the
fucking 50 Cent, not the 50 Cent, the Game song that he did, Hate It or Love It, and played just his verse. I would have been fine with that, but he didn't want to do that. He wanted to do G-Unit. He was just going straight 50, so he dipped into a lot of his old
stuff. And that's the stuff that he grew up with.
Right.
Okay. That you guys were raised with. I was past that part already a little bit. I didn't listen to the mixtapes like you guys did. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was still fucking buying CDs like an idiot, regular CDs.
So I had him winning 9-4. I got him even higher than he had him in that.
Because if he was in a chat with all you guys that you grew up with,
but I just said I would have. I could have went either way with your stand-up pick. I would have went. I even changed my pick for that blow it out your ass one, and I could have went either way with Ho or I Get Money though. Also, like there was a couple of ones I could have went either way, but there's a couple of songs there that I voted for. No one voted for, so I understand it, right? So I'm surprised I even had it. Well, I had him sweeping the OT though. That's why I got more than he did. So
I've watched the other battles. So I've watched who's been voting. Okay, now I've been a part of these battles now. So I see who's been voting. I see who's on there most of the time. I try to figure out what they like. Okay, I get what you're saying. Now, if you and him went at it and just went straight hit for hit, or him and let's say Max that was on here went hit for hit with some old mixtape stuff. If you guys wanted to do something like that, I'm pretty sure you guys that had your audience in that group would be different than the audience. It might not be, depending on how you word it in how you come about. But if you're just putting verses banger, then you're just doing the battle of the banger things, right? And it's just really verses. You got to find something that people are going to recognize, and not everybody's going to recognize that one.
Oh yeah, Ludacris has a lot of mixtape stuff too, right? That we didn't even touch the surface of, and he also has like a lot of, and there's
a lot of songs that I know,
but
Ludacris,
you were trying to play
you
it
guys
safe.
Don't like,
but you were trying to play it safe. I have nothing against you playing it safe, but I'm just analyzing.
I had to win one finally.
I'm just analyzing it and letting you know, and he even said he was a little bit sour, but he just didn't appreciate, the whole thing about all the South guys that were featured on your tracks. He didn't like that. He also said the same thing about how half the time you were so focused, you had your head down, like you weren't even acknowledging his music, like you weren't jamming out to it.
Well, a couple of songs I didn't know, bro.
One song before you even played it, okay, and I brought this up to him. You fucking said, I don't even like this song, and then you played it. Like, what the fuck kind of cop out is that? I don't even like this song, but here you go, guys. Like that's a kind of a bitch move. I gotta say, bro. I don't even like this song, true, but I know it's gonna get me votes. Like that's a fucking cornball move.
You know what? That's the thing. That's just showing you that I like other stuff from Ludacris.
No.
Stuff from Ludacris.
I've never heard someone in one of these battles say, "I don't even like this fucking song."
True. And I knew it was gonna fucking work, bro. But what did I tell you though? The reason I said that. Right.
But congrats on the win. No, it's good. Congrats on the win.
Dude,
but
I think it. I'm just trying to say that I like songs.
Now it sounds like I'm being defensive, but I'm just trying to let you know, like my perspective on it. Also, as a viewer,
didn't I put a song to say I like, and I don't think you guys would like it. I'm pretty sure I had said
you
that
said
about
I don't even like this song.
The grew up one. I didn't think anybody would like it.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. That grew up one that nobody would like it.
Yeah.
Right, but I like it.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's a great verse, right?
Yeah.
In the whole song.
Well, apparently the people did too. You won that round, which I'm surprised, but hey.
But if you listen,
you gotta play to your audience. You gotta play to your audience a little bit. You gotta play. No, it's not a bad song. It's not a bad song. I just thought his song was better. Of course.
Exactly.
And the people that show up to the battles, and that's what I mean. And if he's gonna sit there and question the audience, well, I'm sorry, like that's the people that tune in. They're not all gonna be as well versed as you may be in the music, and you gotta keep that. You gotta take that into.
Think about all the guys that you hung out with when you were listening, and you and P were listening to those mixtapes, cruising around back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you had all those guys in the chat and you guys went,
sure,
they would have took P all the way.
Sure.
And a lot of those songs that he picked. And,
I mean,
I know you would have.
He's true to himself. He lost by one song. That's not.
I know.
That's,
he didn't. That's the thing is that he would have blew me out of the water.
Look at these songs. No, but look at these songs. He has big songs here. He played In the Club. He played Many Men. Like there was big 50 songs here. Let's be honest. They wasn't like all deep cuts.
No.
But the few that he did at certain points in time, I think
wrong moves.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't. Like I said, that Be a Gentleman song. I wouldn't even play that in my last round. That was his last round.
But you're just saying right there. It's all about the moves you make.
Yeah.
If you make the right moves, you read the comments.
But that's what I found interesting. That's why I wanted to break it down, because I identified maybe not in the moment why it occurred, and maybe why he said he came to win. He was a little competitive. He wanted to win it his way though. So in a sense, you got to kind of take that L as a result as well, right? So that's what I mean. I give him respect for doing what he wanted to do, but at the same time, that's why he kept it so close, and maybe ultimately why he lost. And so that's why I said and he said he's still interested to do one again in the future. But yeah, at the time he said I'm gonna rematch him. I don't care. Today he said he was good. He's like, I'm good now. But at the time I was a little sour, to tell you the truth, from our conversation. I don't blame him, just because you know what I mean. Like
he even had to look, and I didn't. But I even told you. I think it would have been to call him, and message him or something.
I think it would have been a less fun battle if he came there
cocky as shit
and ran away with it.
Yeah.
That would have been a less fun battle, in my opinion. So I actually appreciated, and you kind of, put some eyes on Ludacris as a result of that, and what I mean, and kind of,
there was a lot of mixtape stuff that I couldn't even get, because you know what? At certain points with Ludacris, you can't even tell who's voicing the DTP in that whole.
Sure.
You can't tell who's who,
because he puts his voice low sometimes too when he
and it fucks everything up, right? So it throws everything right off. So you got to be really careful, man. And I was noticing that, and I was there were certain songs that I had,
right?
Yeah. But I wrote what I thought were mainstream. I wrote what I thought were hardcore. I even had that written down on my paper. That's why I was looking at the paper, Pete. I'll be honest with you, man. I had to strategically think of what the fuck I was gonna do. But when you started playing those mixtape things, I kind of knew I had it all in the bag when people were voting, for those ones. And I was surprised when I lost someone, but they were songs that I like, even songs that I put out. Maybe not put out Pass Out.
Right.
That I don't mind that song, but I like other songs that I didn't even play, man. And you guys wouldn't even have liked. Nobody would have liked. And that's another thing.
Right.
Like there's a lot of songs that I like from.
I'm just saying you gotta stand by songs also that you like as well, not just songs that.
Oh, but those other ones, of course, I liked. I had them in the car playing crazy.
Right.
And I knew people were. I mean, if you read the comments, people are talking about what.
But that was your only chance. I already knew that's what you get. I even told you going into it, you have to play the big hits by Luda. Yeah, but that
I didn't do it all. There was a couple
there, like I just told you. Oh, yeah, I just told you there was a couple there that you didn't. You could have played better songs, but you didn't.
Right? I could have played 15.
But you only got
club songs.
But that only gave you that opportunity as a result of what he was playing. That's what I mean. Like that only afforded you that responsibility.
I was trying to save
that. Only afforded you that like, you know what I mean? That's the only reason you were afforded that opportunity is because of the way he was playing.
He played it. Yeah. And I know that, dude. And that's why I had saved those ones just in case.
Anyways. Yeah.
I was going to get blown out of the water.
I don't want to take the whole show up talking about this, but I just wanted to recap it because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I totally understand.
I think it's, it was worth the conversation. So I think, good battle though, honestly. Like, and when I broke it down like that, I actually appreciated it a little bit more because I could see, in my opinion, where you guys kind of went wrong in certain moves that you could have probably played.
I kind of work better under pressure like that. If I have the names and stuff that I know what I'm gonna play, and I can figure
I'm just saying, man, you got to be a little bit more of a proper opponent. Honestly, some of your.
I don't know what a proper opponent is. Rob, explain to these guys if you're still there.
You weren't a proper opponent. I feel like with the like. I don't think you I don't know. You just got too stoned like usual. I don't think you were looking down. You got to be vibing with one another, like with your fucking rock one that you're doing. You were just too psyched out and too trying to be focused, right? Did you have fun even? Anything. Did you have fun playing the battle?
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Okay.
I had a great time. And the thing is that when I was doing it there with Rob, I didn't have to change any songs. I had to change one song order.
Right.
That's it. I just played it from top to bottom, and I said I'm going to go with the flow and see what happens here because I didn't even know the audience back then. I told you if I would have probably got a shitload more votes if I would have did it the other way and went Boston and all that other stuff with Rob. I probably would have got a lot more Journey stuff like that. It's just I didn't like that music. That wasn't my type of music. Right. I played stuff that I liked to see what kind of stuff people liked in the audience, and sometimes people don't like what I like.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Max just summed it up. Yeah, congrats
it's
again,
true, dude. Man, I mean, I'm not trying to say anything,
What do you mean? I played it the same. He played it the same as you would, or sellouts? That's what you are.
No, but you gotta play strategically, is what he's trying to say.
No, of course, and I would have too, and I would have played bangers that I knew people were gonna like too. I've been called out for playing against that, like for what the crowd wants to hear too. Don't forget.
But remember, I've watched you and Peter battle.
Yeah.
Right. So I've seen the way his strategy was. Now he should have, if he was watching us battle before, or any of the other ones as like battle, like if he was watching me and Rob battle, right, or me and you, he was watching the Eminem. But I'm just saying, if he was paying attention enough to the way we were, the way I was doing stuff on that one, he could read me.
You thought
better.
I was gonna play a bunch of deep cuts with the Eminem one, and I didn't. Remember that? That's what you thought.
It threw me right off, dude. And then Rob came in, and
so you could call me a sellout too for that one. But I knew I was gonna play fucking. You have to play some of these songs. You have to.
That's why I had to throw him in. Then I had to throw in one that nobody knew.
If Peter didn't fucking play In the Club, that would have been ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, well, you would have been like, "What's wrong with this guy?" No, so again, shout out to Peter, shout out to you. That was a good battle. But I just feel,
play to the audience. That's it. We know our audience, boys.
But I did my due diligence. I broke this guy waving towels. I broke it down for you. I even scored higher than Peter. I gave
Peter, look,
a point higher.
No, there he is. Come on, I can't hear you.
Hold on.
Turn him up.
Hello.
You hear me now?
Yeah,
I hear you now. He's hiding his shit.
What's going on? Have you been hiding in the rafters here this whole time? Have you watched any of our
probably has.
We're just wrapping up on our fucking 40 half an hour conversation about the battle recap here.
What was the determination?
So I broke everything down. I divided my points up again and kind of to see where I was at, like what I scored it. I gave it even a point higher than you. I gave it 9-4.
9-4.
In my final, you gave it 8-5, and there's some people here in the comments that were saying that JT played it the right way in terms of playing to the crowd and playing songs that he knew would win in that regard. I said that you basically you did go a few deep cuts, but you also played a bunch of big hits. You did what you wanted to do, right? You even said it as going into OT. You're like, I'm trying to school people. I'm trying to do it the way I wanted, the songs that I like. And he's like, you even said, I don't care. But in your words today, you said, at the time I was a little sour though, because I played a win, and I can understand that, right? So
it's true.
When I broke it down, it was clear a couple of mistakes that you both each made, in my opinion, at times, crucial times, like going into OT. The last two rounds, you played fucking songs from before Get Rich or Die Trying, and he fucking played huge smash hits like Move Bitch and fucking what's your fantasy and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, no, you played that in OT.
In OT,
yeah.
No, I'm talking about going into OT.
Oh, like the last couple of songs.
Yeah.
And I did, again, I could have done Disco Inferno, Candy Shop. 50 has a lot of big ones, right? But
No, we were talking about that. I'm like, Pete could have came here even with like some of the lesser like songs that weren't Candy Shop, like 21 Questions, PIM. You could have played Hate It or Love It, even the 50 Cent verse, but you didn't really want to do features and all that. So I understand, right? But there was other big songs that he had. You know what I mean? Like,
I know you could do features, but I didn't know exactly. I thought it had to come off their album at least.
It did come off their album.
And then even features as far as like with Akon singing the chorus, maybe not necessarily like having one verse. Like again, if I would have known, I could have done a G Unit song where 50 just had one verse, let's say, and Banks and Buck and everyone else was on it. Then maybe I would have added a few other songs, right?
My rule has always been, if you're just playing their verse, if you play the chorus, which JT did with that DTP song, which was on Ludacris's album, and it had a DTP guy in the chorus is fair game in my opinion. But other than that, you can only play that person's verse.
Hey, can I tell you something? You know what? Name a song where Luda only had one on any of the songs that I played where he only had one verse.
The fucking Move Bitch, Get Out the Way. He's got one verse on that.
The whole fucking song is one verse.
Yeah.
No, then Mr. Cal, then fucking Buddy from DTP.
Growing Pains, he's only one verse.
Yeah, I didn't play Growing Pains, but
yeah, I would have played Growing Pains.
Exactly.
That's on you, but
I played fucking. I just played it to see what the audience, to see if they got in the groove with trying to make my way. I'm coming through.
Again, at the time I was salty. Again, like I'm a competitive guy. I want to win. I'm not. Don't play. Yes, it's fun. I'm playing for fun, obviously, but I want to win at the same time.
Obviously. So that's what I want.
I was mad, whatever. But now today, it don't matter. It's all good.
I know. And if I can't read you, even my cousin, after he's starting to sweat there in the fucking thing, playing all these fucked up songs, I'm thinking, yeah, dude, I know that's what you like. I remember growing up sleeping in the fucking room there too. Remember, I had to share a room with you growing up. You had all kinds of, and like, trust me, I know if I can't read you, then what good is it either?
That's right.
Bro.
Yeah, don't worry. I called this guy out for his corny ass move where he said, he said this, right? He's like, I didn't say that. I'm like, yeah, you fucking did. He's like, I don't even like this song. And he fucking played the song. Remember that? Like, I was
What song was it?
I'm like, I don't even know. I was
like, I think it was.
Why would you fucking play it?
I wanted to see what you thought about.
I didn't like the song. And he plays it. You see, I was playing from the heart. Like, I was trying to pick songs that I grew up listening to, my 10 favorite 50 bangers,
Strategic or not, that was a cornball move when you said that. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
I could have had 10 songs of just his radio jams, 21 Questions, Pimp, fucking whatever, right? I could have had just 10 of those, but that wouldn't have been no good. I wouldn't have felt like I was doing 50 Cent proper. I wanted to just showcase some other songs, right?
The whole thing was they both have, if you look at the catalog, they both have big club jams, bro. And you know what? Now that I look at Ludacris, I started looking more into Ludacris's mixtape stuff during this thing. There's a lot of big Ludacris mixtape stuff too that I never knew.
For sure.
Yeah.
And Ludacris is fucking hard, first of all, to find music of. Like if you want to get a whole discography or whatever the fuck you want, you can get that release stuff, but the unreleased mixtape crap you can't find anywhere. And you can't find, it's hard. I mean, you can find one or two on maybe, let's say, YouTube, but that's about it. It's not like they stay on there very long. He's probably got something that he has got his own where you got to purchase it or something, man. Unreleased.
No, it was easy for me to find 50 Cent. That's why I was able to get a lot of those old songs. All that was just off YouTube.
I gotta say too, like just a couple of quick notes from things we talked about. First off, right out the gate, dirty move that Jay played fucking Ho against I Get Money, which would have won any other fucking round. That was surprising that I Get Money.
I was surprised that I Get Money lost for sure, right off the hop.
You shouldn't have played that first. Yeah, you shouldn't have played that first.
Threw you off.
That was fucked up.
Right there.
That was fucked up.
First two rounds threw you off.
And in the other round, you playing Be a Gentleman as the last song, man. I think that was a bad move to play Be a Gentleman. I
like that song a lot.
It's a good 50 song, but in a top 10, even from that era, not in my opinion. And you know I love that era. Every other song you played from that era, I voted for that night. Even the fucking You Ain't No Gangster, I'm the only fucking one that voted for that against Movement.
That's such a banger, though. Come on, bro.
He rhymes that. You know that. I love that song. But that's what I mean. Like so, but even from that era, like Be a Gentleman is your last song going. Like he wouldn't have even made it to OT if you fucking played Many Men.
It right.
If you played Many Men against fucking What's Your Fantasy, you would have fucking won. It would have been over.
Right. That's right.
Gentleman is your last one. And again, I'm thankful in a sense because you made it a much closer battle in the way that you guys played it out and the way you stuck true to kind of what you wanted to do with it. But yeah, at the same time, you can't be kicking yourself for the way you. I mean, the reason you lost is also attributed to that fact, possibly, right?
That's right. Yeah.
We should share this with fucking 50 and see what he has to say.
So 50, I don't know if you guys heard today, T.I. called him out for verses.
I don't know what T.I. thinks he's smoking though. Like, come on, man. He's like, you bring Dr. Dre and Eminem too, he said, right?
So the 50 made fun of him. He's like, wow, somebody must be passing him the joint from Friday, buddy. And then
you got no job, you got shit to do.
T.I. just responded just before I think we recorded. He put out a video saying, basically just making fun of him in response. Like, come on, man. He's like, bring anybody you want. Let's do this. Like, he's really calling him out. I hope he does. I think that would be a cool.
Well, T.I. is smart. It would be a lot of publicity for both of them, really, but especially for T.I. Right? To go up against 50.
Yeah, Jadakiss was on the Budden cast, and he was talking about how much fucking publicity he got from that Fabulous battle that they did. He's like, yeah, I'm making money off of this now. He's just like, as a result of things that he's gonna do following that. It's huge promotion, right? Like it's because you're talking about guys that have been around for 20 fucking years that have trouble staying relevant at this point in time, right? So like they're fucking like, you know, they're doing it for the culture. No, they're doing it for themselves. I mean, sure, it's
money.
Yeah,
it's a fucking it's one.
I always loved Jadakiss though. Jadakiss had some bangers for sure, man.
Yeah,
it's not even money, man. It's you know what it is too. It's to prove to each other who's better, man.
For sure, better, and you know, a little bit of money, but again, very much like me, or like even more so. These guys are competitive, right? Like you hear them all say they're the best rapper alive, best in New York City, or whatever their thing is. They're competitive just like anything. They want to be the best rapper. I remember 50 Cent saying that in one of his interviews, that if you don't think you're the best, then you shouldn't even be trying, because that's the attitude you have to have, that you're the fucking best rapper in the world. And, you know, and that's how you're going to be able to propel yourself to those fucking levels. If you're not thinking that, then it's going to be a lot harder for you.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Lil Wayne, I'm the best rapper alive thing that he threw out too at that time. And he said, I consider myself the best. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but I consider myself the best because he's like, you know, I know what I do. So like, if you don't consider me the best, that's fine. But he's like, I consider, so, and everyone got really pissed at that at the time, right? You can't just throw statements like that out. Yeah, you can. Why the fuck not? Like, you know,
I'm the best.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true, man. If
you
it's your own music.
Yeah, if you don't think highly of yourself, like how far are you gonna get? You know?
Yeah.
Listen to my own music. It's kind of weird, listening to your own tunes and stuff like that. If you think about it. Yeah, exactly.
He's crazy, man. When he did
just his own shadow on social media.
Yeah,
I love 50. He's always had that same attitude. No matter how rich he gets, no matter how he's the pettiest fucking human being, I think, alive.
He's so good in that sense. It's so entertaining on social media, right?
Yeah, he's like
watching on Instagram chirping people.
The best was when he's like, I got your whole label selling euros when you fuck with me.
Yeah.
Did you see that commercial, Peter?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's the only rapper has beef with his own son. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
True. And then he was taking all the pictures with his new younger son. He's like, yeah, just buying my kid lots of Christmas presents.
You know what, bro? That's a fucking kick in the face, bro. You know.
Or the best was when he was him and Game were beefing, but Game was still signed to him, and he was releasing an album, and 50 Cent was wearing like promotion shirts for the Game's album and shit, even though they were beefing, you know, right? They're gonna make money off you anyways, he was saying.
Yeah, they're gonna be recording 50, making money out, you know, then 50's that's on camera.
Yeah.
But that's the best part about it. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to market himself, bro. And he's a PIMP.
And Power was a good show.
Yeah.
Until the end.
You know, poorly managed at times, yeah. And I don't know if that's all his fault or not.
He says it wasn't. It was the
Stars fucking network.
Fucking up apparently, but I think they got on his case because he was the one that apparently leaked all those episodes early too, because he was
right.
Right.
Because they didn't want to pay him and shit, right? So he leaks the episodes.
And that's how that Fafy thing started. That guy he was making fun of, the executive.
Fafy or whatever.
Yeah. He's like, I'm sorry, Fafy. Like texted him and it misspelled.
Right.
So then he went and made shirts about it.
Easy, bro.
He's the pettiest human being alive, man.
There's that girl who tried to sue him for like leaking pictures or something, but he never actually did it. And then he ended up countersuing her for all the legal fees. Yeah. And he got like 30 grand out of her or something. And then he's always tracking, like anytime she posts a picture with like a new purse or something, he'll comment like, "Where's my money?" You know.
Yeah. And then there was the time that he what was that other time that he faked that he was bankrupt? Remember that?
Was this for child support?
Yeah. They were trying to get him to pay money, so he like moved all his money somewhere. And he's like,
"I'm not broke, man. Sorry."
And then remember that Christmas, he's like, "I'm eating noodles" or something.
He's fucking crazy. Man. He is he's just one of those guys. He's totally unbelievable, man.
There you go.
Hey.
He told his baby mother to go back to stripping and then hashtag FN vodka and SMS audio at the end of that same thing. He always does that new the one that's like the bottle now, is it cognac or whatever it is, like the one that's he always tweets that now, like whatever.
It's one that cognac.
It's like a
vodka, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's Kanye.
It's the one. It's the one with the cross on top, like the chest piece with like the cross or
it's Kanye.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's
Kanye.
I think it's Cognac.
Brands and Kanye.
Brands
It says
and
Kanye.
Kanye.
I don't know the name of it's called, but
I don't know. I don't drink no fancy shit, man. I just crush beers. You know, that's it.
it's at least the fucking money, probably.
I just crush beers in my shed out here.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all you do. You do in the sticks.
Yeah, right. I'm like a fucking farmer this year. I'm just watering my lawn every night, fucking picking the weeds.
You're gonna have a fucking drought soon. Did you know that?
It is a drought right now, man. Like everyone's lawn's dying. My grass is still green. I don't want to see my water bill. It's gonna be fucking disgusting,
dude. What's wrong with you? You know what? They're gonna wonder. You're gonna have bylaw officers driving up the street and see that you have green grass. You're gonna get a fucking ticket because
they haven't put a water ban on yet.
No, it's coming. It's coming.
It's definitely coming.
They made
I have a creek. I live on the ravine, right? And I have a creek just outside my backyard. It's almost dry.
But that's what I mean.
Like, Nico, you've seen it. It's at times has been running really good, and it's almost dry right now.
Well, no, that's what I said. They made a big stink. They were saying, remember this year and last winter, the winter and it was a lot of rain and shit. We were gonna have tremendous shitloads amount of water. And now it's fucking gone already because of this fucking
global warming for you, eh? Like the ups and the downs.
Yeah, man. Remember we thought it was getting better, and all of a sudden, fucking now it's gonna be 9 days of a heat stroke.
It's been like 20. It's been like 20 days or something now, man.
I think extreme heat alerts is 9 days. I think that was
okay.
It's been a record.
It's been like 20 days or something of over 30.
Yeah, but now from here on out, it's been heat advisory, right? Like extreme heat alert, because there's no shade, there's no cloud, there's no anything in the sky, bro. It's just
pure sun, man. Pure sun.
It doesn't work in the fucking cars anymore.
Thank God I got mine hooked up this year, man. I would have been
fine. You know what? Wait until power starts going out in the fucking city because
whatever.
Everybody's fucking using
whatever.
No, but not in the city, everywhere.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. People they can start blowing shit because it's overworking, man.
I work forestry, so I talk with Toronto Hydro guys quite a bit. Even after the last power outage in 2003, nothing's changed since then. As far as the infrastructure, it's still like 100-year-old infrastructure. It's gonna happen again, no doubt.
And with the debt we're putting ourselves in now with this whole fucking pandemic, we're fucked, bro. We're never gonna get out of it. We're gonna have this old infrastructure forever.
Peter,
remember have a nice subway.
Peter, remember your old area that you used to live in, where I lived down the road too at that time? That fucking power thing blew all the time there. That box, remember that? Like on a regular, like during the week, the fucking power would go out. It blew. The transformer blew multiple times where we used to live. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like shit from the 40s, you know. Guys that came back from World War II strung the power lines. They've been there since, man. So like that's how it is, right? It's just old shit, and it only gets in a storm, a branch will fall or something, and then they fix it, right?
So very quickly, because I don't know how long we got you here while you're in the shed. Kanye for president. What do you think of that?
As a Canadian, absolutely do it. I think that's hilarious, right?
Great TV fucking content.
How much worse?
What if he drops the most fire track diss track to China ever? Like, how fucking sick would that be, man?
What the fuck?
He starts the war with a diss track to China? Like, come on, man. Trump has nothing on him.
Yo, you got to think if that were to happen, the Kardashians would be the first lady, bro. Kardashians in the White
House. He's essentially Trump. He's a celebrity. And Kim and Melina, she's a model. Kim Kardashian is a model. They're essentially the same. Like, honestly, what's the difference?
I vote 50, but
honestly, at this point, I'm with you because let's be honest. How much worse can it get? Like Kanye
can't get any worse. He can't do a worse job.
At least he's gonna drop a fire album when he's in office, like you said.
He's gonna have all those. I told you, like he's gonna diss Putin on a fire ass track with Jay-Z or something. Like, come on.
You'd be doing that.
Instead of watch the throne, it'll be watch the White House or something.
Have all of them in the fucking White House, man. Like the whole
him, Jay-Z, DJ Khaled, just swimming in the pool and shit.
They're with the Kardashians too. You know what I'm saying?
Having house parties,
Watch the Oval Office. That's what it's going to be called, bro.
What's
Jay-Z.
the other one that's married to the rapper? What's his name? There's another one married to a rapper, the basketball guy. What the fuck? They keep
the
switching.
Kardashian.
Yeah.
Khloe Kardashian.
Yeah, she was married to a basketball player, I think.
Wasn't there one married to
Tristan Thompson, Canadian?
Yeah. One's Travis Scott, right?
That's different.
That's a different. That's Kylie Jenner or whatever.
Fucking family. When it's just before penis.
I sadly
and
know
after
too
penis.
much about this, but yes.
After penis and whatever, before and after the operation.
But yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Elon Musk is.
I'm a check now.
Yeah, Elon Musk. They're going to space, bro.
Yeah, it's true. I heard. You know what I heard? Like that guy's trying to do.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Lamar Odom? Yeah, maybe this. Yeah, I think that's right. There is one dating Tristan Thompson though.
Yeah.
Or is it Tristan? Maybe. I don't know.
At one point.
That Elon Musk. You know what he's trying to do to fucking create like these shuttles that go into the atmosphere and then travel and fucking like outside of the fucking space, and you'll be able to go to London. They said fly like let's say from New York City to England in a half an hour, like to 45 minutes. Yeah. They'll just shoot you into the fucking atmosphere. You'll just like rotate around the planet.
Yeah, just like little fucking shoots in the hospital when they're sending fucking medicine.
Yeah, exactly, like a big tube
underground. And
that's what that Space Force show that you like so much, Peter. You're talking about. You were joking about a lot of the concepts about being on the moon and this and like that they're talking about right now, right? So
no, that show was jokes, man. That was a really funny show.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so it's good. Are they doing a season 2 of that? Do you know?
Yeah, Space Force, the Steve Carell show on
Steve Carell, yeah.
Oh, you never watched it, Jay?
No.
It's fucking hilarious. I tell you, the part with the monkey, that's the funniest part, bro. And he's like, that fucking monkey better not open his mouth or whatever, right? Better keep his fucking mouth shut.
Goes inside the Chinese spaceship, in space. He's drifting through space.
Yeah.
And he ends up drifting into their satellite or whatever, right? So then all the American secrets, he's like, that fucking monkey better shut his fucking mouth.
Yeah. Better keep his fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, that's it. So one more thing. Pusha T dissing Drake on a posthumous album of Pop Smoke, which I haven't heard yet, which I heard it's a fire album, but dissing him on someone who's technically now dead's album. Dirty move.
It's a dirty move for sure. I heard that. I haven't heard that song in particular.
Yeah,
I did hear that though, and dirty move, man, for sure.
I mean, in a bunch of dirty moves that he's done against Drake at this point, right?
It's not like you can get any worse, bro. Yeah. Really, seriously.
You know what? I kind of like it though. Like, fuck it. You know, you're right?
Yeah, but I mean, dirty move is a dirty move. Big deal, bro.
Yeah, I know,
man. It's the industry that they're in, man. That's
fucking Pusha T exposed his like fucking bastard child, man. You know.
Yeah.
He had no choice.
Pusha T don't give a fuck. Man. Ruined his like whole Adidas deal. He was dropping like a pure like Adidas deal, shoes, merch, all kinds. Fuck it.
Whole rollout with that fucking exposure of that song that he came
out
with.
The whole bag. Fucked up the whole bag, man.
It hurt his pocketbook.
No. The only loss he's ever publicly taken probably in his whole career was that. That was the only loss that he's I think the only L he's taken, I think, in his career.
But I really don't think it's hurt his career.
He even addresses that in a song later on, like maybe last year at this point, but he says that like, oh, take it out, so what, or whatever in one of his songs, right?
Stripes.
Yeah, because it happens. Like, sometimes you gotta take them, right?
Yeah, no, was it Stripes over check? Whatever the fuck he said. He was talking about Nike instead of
That's right.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. No, that's
I know, it's weird, man.
Yeah, I think it was the optics on it was pretty fucked up. Well, another thing, do you guys hear about this the Will Smith and Jada open relationship that's already been talked about years past, but has never been mostly confirmed, I guess, until now. Like one of this R&B singer,
August Alsina or whatever.
August Alsina, he made a song and then did a follow-up interview essentially where he's basically talking about Jada in the song. And we have yet to, I think, hear from the Smiths in regards to this, but they've been known to have an open relationship. It's a rumor that's went around for years now, but now it's kind of like now other people that are apparently have hooked up with Jada are now talking about it. This R&B singer talked about it. So I don't know. I just wanted to hear any thoughts or thoughts on open relationships.
No, it was jokes because he said that he had Will's permission, and then Will made a statement like, "No, he didn't have my permission." Like,
oh, I didn't hear that part. Okay, that's I just heard that it happened, and that now there's further confirmation that that's how they roll, right? Which well,
and you know what? If you're rich like that, it's kind of smart because you're on the road. You're like. Yeah, I heard a smart thing about Tiger Woods, or I think it was Bill Burr. I think it was a comedian actually.
Yeah,
it was about Tiger Woods though, and he said, like a guy like Tiger Woods gets approached by 1,000 women, and if he says no to it, like 999 of them, like that's like, and then or I forget exactly how he put it, but he says he gets approached by let's say 10,000 women, and he says no to all but one, and then if I only get approached by 3 women and I cheat on my wife with one of them, it's like think about the numbers there. Like of course, a guy who's getting approached by that many women. Yeah. It's a lot different than a guy like me. Again, if I only get approached by 3 women in my marriage and I cheat on my wife, then I'm a dick. But he's getting approached by like 10,000 women, maybe more. Fuck, who knows, right?
Right. It's so true, bro.
If you only cheated once or twice or whatever, like so, it's tough to be in that situation for sure.
He's got those hot blonde ones that keep going after him too.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Well, I was gonna say like you hit the nail on the head there, P. I think it's just because of the money, like the different type of class that they're in. Those two, that power couple, definitely changes their perspective or way to go about their lives at that point in their life. I think so. I don't think it's as bad for maybe them because they're good partners together. They've proved that they've stayed together. They have children. They got this mansion. He could be on one side of the fucking mansion. You won't even know he's over there. Another one, right? You know what I mean? Like so, like in a way. I don't know.
One end of their property line, man. Like, fuck, you could be having parties at 2 ends of the property.
But that being said, I could never deal with that. I'm too insecure. I know that. I could never share with another. Like, that'd be weird, man, for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. Some people kind of want to go out and do their own thing, as well. But I think I'm not about that life, that whole fucking,
but there are, that whole
sharing of the open relationship.
No, for sure. If Cass would go for lunch with one of her male coworkers, like as a group, like it'd be like 6 of them. And like one guy was a male, I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
No, I'm in.
Some guy held the door for you? Are you kidding me?
I'm not. I'm okay admitting that. Like I'm too insecure. I would be. No, I'd be.
I gave up on being insecure after.
What do you think of open relationships? Are you down with that?
I'm down even better, bro. Fuck. You know what? My relationships seem to be fucking don't end anyway. So why not just leave them open?
Jay's in an open relationship with his hand right now.
That's it, bro. That's why I got the towel.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of sticky, but it's all right.
Okay, I like to dab the head.
Which head?
Yeah, both. After one. One is better.
And it was jokes when I brought up that area code song during that rap battle. And I'm like, me and Meeks fucks, but it sounded like we fucked. And Jay, you like looked at me, and in my head I was thinking, oh fuck, right? Like I knew exactly how that sounded, but whatever, bro.
Bang to that.
What do you know?
Just a bang to that, yeah.
Yeah, we used to bang to that,
yeah. Why get married? I know that's what some people say, but that's what I mean. But if you've been together as long as they have, and they're at a certain position in like status and wealth and all that,
kids are gonna be fucking worse off than them, man. In the end, dude. It's not always the poor kids, man. It's a lot of their fuck ups that their parents put them through.
If they can make it work for them, I have no fucking problem with it. I'm just saying, I know it wouldn't work for me. I wouldn't be cool.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like,
some people don't perceive like sex as the be all and end all to a relationship, right? It's like, the fucking going for dinners and sleeping in the bed together, and it's like all the other stuff, So for some people, maybe it's whatever. They just fuck whoever, but at least you get to go home to someone,
But what apparently happened with this situation is the August Alsina guy, apparently he's not mentally well, this kid I heard. And apparently I guess he got caught up in this whole Jada thing. If it is true, right? She could just turn around and deny it, but I'm sure it probably is. Yeah. But he could have, I think he got really caught up in this whole situation. To her, it was probably just sex, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you know how that is when feelings enter the relationship, it can make things messy in that regard. Right. So for her, she was probably on a whole other kind of level with it than he was. Right. But the whole thing, Will Smith kind of commenting on it. I didn't hear about that. That's interesting.
Yeah. Because in the interview, he's like, yeah, Will gave me his permission and all this kind of shit. Will's like, no, I didn't.
Was he pissed? Was he pissed in the interview?
I was just like a Twitter statement. It wasn't like, so I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know how mad he is or if he's mad or I don't know.
We're going to make a rap disc with Joyner about his wife. No, but no, that whole family. I think that only one is the son that's a little bit okay, but the rest of them are just fucking weird, man.
The son's the craziest fucking one going. Like,
You think so? I thought the daughter was.
Sure, you know they're all crazy, man.
Yeah.
Willow and fucking Jaden and
What's it called?
Jaden.
I guess so.
The daughter's trying to be the one from African Princess or something from Get Up to the Greek.
I don't know where you're going with this, man.
Yeah, no comment on that. I don't know.
I don't know even what you're talking about, but okay.
All princesses are fucking just as good. Doesn't matter what kind of princess.
I'm just saying the way that she's got herself dressed up in, and then she's got this whole different thing going.
All right, I'm just gonna zoom in on Jay with this controversy.
Yeah. Where's that towel, Jay? It's getting hot in here. Fuck.
You know,
He's gonna start dabbing himself with the towel.
it's okay, dude. I've said more than enough on this fucking show that if nobody's paid attention yet, then I'm all right.
10 years from now, Jay, you're gonna be like applying for a job. Fucking, they're gonna bring up an old podcast. You're fucked, man.
Fuck that.
But
Did you say that African princesses suck? Come on,
Yeah.
you did on the podcast.
And then I'm gonna play the
Yeah.
Russell Brand song. That's it.
Yeah. JT's the guy that falls for that con of an email that he get. Oh, hi, sir, madam. I'm
I don't fall
you ever
for
see
that
those emails where they're
Yeah.
like, I am somebody from another country and I'm rich and I'm gonna give you this money if you transfer me something for temporarily or something like that.
No, I'm on that
Yeah.
shit
Yeah,
like flies on shit, man. No, I'm on that stuff. I
Are
thought,
those calls that you have a warrant from the RCMP or with the Canadian Revenue Agency?
Yeah,
come get me.
yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
those.
That's what I say to them. Come get me if you know where I am.
Those things are
One
fun.
day I'm gonna say it to them because it's gonna be them one day, and I'm gonna say, "Come get me." And next thing I know, they're gonna show up at the fucking door, and I'm done.
A black van just pulls up, just grabs you.
I'm still at the wrong house too
Yeah.
because my address is a little different than
Jay
where
will-
I live.
Jay will have to turn the camera on his phone on quick for a quick podcast. All right, guys, me and haul the way here.
I'm getting all the way live on fucking no. That'd be
Yeah, live from the paddy wagon.
See you later, guys.
Paddy wagon
I
cast.
gotta put my arm around the cop and take a
So,
selfie.
buddy, tell me, what do you think? Like, ah, fuck you.
I get him as he's handcuffing me. Hey, just take a picture for the camera, guys, please. Please, officer, just take a picture.
Very quickly here before you go here, P, because I figure you're gonna be taking off soon.
Yeah.
Hot as hell in there.
Let's quickly, just something just came to mind, a funny story. There's how about that time that we were at the MGK show waiting in line, and with that time we were doing Real Talk with Neeks and P, and I yelled out to the guy, that douchebag that fell off and cracked his leg open. Remember that guy? Remember that, Jay?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, hey, something. I'm like, hey, you should check out the podcast. Or it was like, fuck your podcast, dude.
Yeah.
Remember, that was jokes. I was like, oh man, I'm like, I was like,
Where'd that
Yeah,
come?
you told me to check the podcast. And he said your podcast sucks.
and then
Yeah.
directly after that, he did that fucking
Stupid
hang
move.
dive thing and
Yeah.
cracked his fucking leg.
Yeah.
Man,
Broke his ankle on a hang drop. Like, what a pussy, bro.
he was still partying. You got to give him that much, bro.
When he busted out that backflip, like, off the fucking dumpster, that was pretty insane.
Yeah, broke his fucking ankle and still partied, dude.
That's the funniest part. The guy did a crazy fucking move, and then he falls stupidly off
Yeah.
of the hang
Yeah.
drop that he did, which
Yeah.
was nothing. And then, like, cracked his fucking, like, I don't know, his ankle or something.
And like a 2-foot drop, he snaps his ankle.
Yeah, hey, he's just filling himself full of booze. That's all he had to do, man. Just keep partying all night. That must
Yeah.
have hurt the next day, bro.
that was the night me and P got blackout drunk for some reason. Don't remember.
No, we got drugged, man. I'm telling you, we got drugged for sure.
It was
Is
an
that the night
MGK
after
show,
you guys
yeah.
were banging to that song on the way out?
Yeah. That's the night. Area codes on the way home, man.
Oh, I got bros.
I got pros.
Bros,
Censored
bros.
version.
That's
the pros. Pros is
no,
the censored version.
I know, but the bros is the what do you call that?
Radio edit.
No,
or
no, no, no,
something?
no. But that's the universal one. Oh, now they got hoes and bros. So yeah,
okay.
you gotta be politically correct. So they got one
That's right.
girls, right? I got bros.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah, jokes.
you know, I'm just trying to be politically correct here, guys.
Yeah, now you are after fucking dissing African princesses.
No, I don't know. I was like, I don't know where you're going with this, but all right.
It's all right. You don't worry, because you know what's coming next, bro? This year we got fucking COVID. Next year we got the bubonic plague, bro. China's giving us everything they got.
I heard there's a new fucking swine flu over there, H1Z1.
Yeah, there's a pig.
H1Z1.
There's a pig flu of some sort. Yeah.
Another pig one.
Right? H1N1.
What's up with these fuckers, pigs, man?
They have to make a shitload more because everybody's on
Because
that.
they just have the pigs chilling like in blood and shit all the time. Like just hanging out in fucking other pigs' blood. Just like nasty fucking shit.
They're eating each other's shit. They're eating fucking stuff.
Like, think of all this shit started all across the world because some asshole ate a bat, man. Like, what a dick.
That's always how it is.
It's
though,
always
right?
how it is.
Yeah,
It's just
true.
one. When you could have ate the bat here, bro. You never know. You
Who
could
the fuck eating a bat here, man? Who's eating bat?
Hungry, bro. You could have been starving and you could have had nothing. You know, power went out. You could have
They have fucking food in China. Like, they don't have to eat fucking bats and rats and dogs.
Delicacy. Come on.
Holy fuck. Just like get a cow farm, man. What the fuck?
Oh, get it, you know. We don't have to eat lobster, but we do.
What's this tasty paste? Oh, it's guano. Guano. The Ace Ventura movie.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
That's
guano. What does that stand for? Oh,
Yeah,
bat droppings. He's like,
Yeah. That's what
really? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It
is what
All
it
right,
is.
gentlemen. I'm getting out of here.
Okay, good. Get
All
out
right,
of here.
man. You said your piece. You took your loss there, P. I respect it. But definitely do another one at some point. You
Whatever,
should heard all the shit this
I
guy.
don't know, Jay. Apparently it's a win. Me and Neeks both scored it a win, but okay.
Okay, because you guys circle jerk.
Yeah.
Heard all the
Good
shit
luck.
he was talking about how he was strategic, and I'm like, bro, you're fucking so stoned. You didn't know what was going on
I
at
knew
the time.
exactly what
Straight up.
bro.
I was like trying to entertain the people. You were just like head down, not even saying anything. Weren't even commenting on my songs. Like, it's all right.
Why, bro? Because some of those songs I really didn't know. I've heard them maybe once if I was lucky. Wrong, dude. The other ones,
Yeah.
I
Well, whatever.
All right,
Fuck you and your songs, all right?
there you go.
Mixtape
Final word
this.
for Peter.
All right, boys. Have a good night, man.
Thanks for
bro.
coming on.
Yeah,
Bye.
let it know.
Oh, fuck. It's
That was
okay.
good.
That was good conversation.
It was good.
It turned out good
Well,
considering.
that's why I figured, at that point, because we had talked about the battle quite a bit, I went through some of the other topics we had for tonight,
Yeah.
more hip hop news related stuff too, right? And but like we didn't really have too much time to touch on it there. But no, seriously, how you said you don't mind you're into open relationships, like you don't think that'd be an issue for you if someone
I don't
proposed
know.
that?
I don't, like I said, my relationships don't last that long anyway. So what the fuck, man? May as well make them open.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't care. Like, it is what it is, bro. It's whatever people want to do.
I've
You know,
always
I mean,
thought like
everybody's got
I've
their own fucking
enjoyed
choice.
the idea of something like that. Like,
But when it comes down to it, would you be able to do it?
no,
Exactly.
no, that's what I
But
mean.
even if it was allowed, even if the girlfriend said, "Yeah, go ahead," or the wife or whatever.
I don't know. I think I would have a problem with it. I don't think the problem would be me going off and doing it.
I don't think the girl would have the problem, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, guys. I don't
Let's
think girls
think
would
about
have
it.
the
In an
problem.
open relationship, if you both aren't
With
equal,
each other,
have
like,
equal
have doing it.
opportunities in hooking up with people,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's what the fuck is that? Then you're
Yeah.
losing out.
Exactly. You're losing out on everything. If you're married, see, those two can bang anybody they want, man. Either
Right.
or.
They're huge stars.
Huge.
Yeah.
Like, just for the hell of it.
So that
If you
makes
sign
sense.
a contract, here you go. You're only having sex with me this one time. Shut the fuck up. See you
Yeah.
later. Right?
So your buddy Max here, I don't know if he's still in the chat there, but he probably knows all about this because he's the one more piece of hip hop news I wanted to touch on
Yeah, I noticed.
is the recent thing between DJ Academics and Freddie Gibbs, his boy there. I know he likes Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah.
And how that kind of went. I guess he called him. He had some comments because Freddie Gibbs had a problem with Young Jeezy for a long while, and I guess he made some comments in an interview that I watched about him, and he basically said, hold on, what's this comment? Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you. I feel that's it's a weird thing.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
If you're rich, it's true. It is. If you're
These-
loaded like that, and you can go and do whatever you want.
Plus, these
right?
rich people, that's how they get their rocks off. Some of them, right? Because that they've run out of freaky things to do.
Well, they're,
right?
they're probably not doing it anymore. those two.
Life is short, right? Some people don't think you should be with multiple partners. Why are you going to waste your whole?
Maybe this fucking whole COVID thing made them think they realize that life is short.
There's COVID dating going on out there, man. I'm
That's
telling you.
disgusting. I don't know. I can't figure out how that works.
It's
COVID
happening.
dating,
It's
bro.
happening.
I know.
But
But
this
you
guy,
say so.
he made a comment about Jeezy being I guess irrelevant or something like that. Like he basically just said like he's a bigger rapper at this point in time and all this kind of stuff, and he's better. and some other things, right? Like, he's had a problem with him since way back. He used to be, I think, signed to him back in the day for a short period of time or something. And then and then DJ Academics, I guess, went on like his show there, the Everyday Struggle thing, and he had some comments about basically Freddie Gibbs being irrelevant and basically just playing the, I got more money than you game and my house is bigger than you, and just basically just talking shit about him, right? And he's got an internet following. I think he's a punk. I don't really like DJ Academics because he is like an internet gangster. He talks a lot of shit online with his internet following and stuff like that.
Okay.
And as I'm aware, we've talked plenty of shit on this show to each other, though. I don't try to go out of my way to talk shit about other people on this platform. But he, so then, like, I guess Freddie Gibbs started making fun of them, and he's saying, "When I see you, I'm gonna pinch your tits or whatever, like grab your tits and things like that." And he put out like a freestyle online on Twitter, basically saying "fuck academics." And he did a little thing where he made that freestyle video of him where he's rapping on LA Leakers that we've watched before, and he's got his kid on his lap and he's just fucking destroying the freestyle. He took the video and he put DJ Academics' face on the kid, and he's like holding him like this. So then he put that on t-shirts, and he's selling the t-shirts with like his he looks like a baby and stuff like on the t-shirts. So he's just fucking around with them because he's like, listen, I'll beat the shit out of you like for real if you got a problem with me, but I'm having fun with this, right? Just talking crap about it. Yeah. Yes, I heard that too. So he got suspended for 2 shows, which is a small suspension. He told Chrissy Teigen, I guess, his John Legend's wife. It's not his wife. Yeah, his wife. He basically said some shit about her when he gets drunk and he goes on Twitch, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you basically just took all the things I was going to say about him out of my mouth there. Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, I'm aware of the academics. I followed it, just because I follow hip hop news and stuff. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, again, I love Jeezy, so like I understand he has a beef with Jeezy, and like he may have felt the way and said like, you're nobody compared to Jeezy just because of but right now, Jeezy isn't really as relevant as he used to be. No. So I understood like that take on it, right? Yeah. But and
somebody like you would have had get on a Ludacris track.
Yeah,
he was a good name to have as a feature too.
Oh, Jeezy had a huge run, but again, it was more of he had his core fan base, and he was definitely like, you know what I mean? Like,
and it's that voice too, right? Yeah,
love Jeezy. Yeah. I love Jeezy. So like, I just think coming off of Freddie Gibbs last year and a half of like dropping 3 really good projects, like his fan base has really enjoyed the projects he's dropped. That from what I've heard, they're really good. Like from the,
but academics and him are more competitors that way in that industry, part of the industry. Not the music. I mean, writing.
Academics isn't even a musician. He's just an internet
producer.
Yeah, internet personality that he comments on hip hop stuff.
Oh, that's what's his name. Yeah. He's a DJ though, but
not really.
No,
I'm sure he was at one point, but now he just talks shit on Twitch. He got banned from Twitch too, the place where he gets drunk and talks. It's the one where they play video games online and people watch them.
Yeah.
So he got banned from that. He got banned from the show because he got drunk and said a bunch of shit about John Legend's wife. He got banned for 2 episodes from the show that he's on, the Everyday Struggle show he used to do with Joe Budden, right? So
that's fine, because he talked about somebody's wife.
Yeah, exactly, because he called her a bitch and all that, right? Yeah. So, anyways, if they said, we don't stand for that kind of stuff, slander against women and whatever, right? Yeah. And they only, and he had an initial apology, but they only kicked him off for 2 episodes. I mean, it's a slap on the wrist, if anything, right? And had to make him issue an apology. But it's funny because Meek Mill and Freddie Gibbs were both kind of going at him. Meek Mill was basically saying he was going to get canceled, and then days after he basically said that, because they were also having a Twitter beef, those two, he got booted from the show for his comments, right? So it's just funny, and then obviously they're all clowning on him, right? So not a big thing in the grand scheme of things, but I just figured I'd mention it because we've talked about Freddie Gibbs a lot recently, and I know your buddy here is a fan of him. So it's been funny. It's been a funny beef. Like, it is good exposure for Freddie Gibbs. Yeah, exactly. It's just been one of those things where he's making fun of them, and I laughed at the baby thing. But
there's a lot of stuff where they're doing that now just to get the exposure out there. Right?
Yeah, they're not real beefs. But that's what I mean. He's not a street guy, academic. So like, Freddie Gibbs is like, get out of here, man. He's like, I'll pinch your nipples or whatever the fuck he was saying.
Well, and stuff that they can't really do right now because of this whole thing that was going on. They had to figure out different ways to get themselves still on social media and stuff like that, keep themselves relevant, right?
Yeah.
Like, I just noticed that the baby's doing fucking another road show in fucking Vegas now. He's there. Like, so they have to do something now that everything's starting to come together. I mean, they're slowly starting to let shit come together in certain ways. They got it. Some of these, even the new rappers too out there that have just new to the game, they got to start getting back into into stuff and making money, because otherwise they're going to start owing these producers big money.
I seen that with the baby. They it was like 1,600 people they said there, and they made everybody take their temperature and wear a mask when they got in. Yeah,
but Vegas doesn't fuck around. I mean, they probably had everything. They've been open now for a while, right?
Yeah,
and they're still really good when it comes to cases and shit like that. So
yeah.
That's the other. I wanted to, but the thing I think we're gonna say the same thing. I wanted to say that today is the first day that
tomorrow's the first day of masks. You talking about masks are mandatory?
Yeah, but I'm in Peel, so I don't get it until Friday.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm talking about is today was the first day that they had no deaths from it.
Yes, congrats on that. Yeah, that was good news. No deaths.
No deaths.
There was
only 20 people.
Two hospitals yesterday were reported to have no cases.
Yeah.
And Ontario's looking pretty good right now. Yeah, I think there was 20 something cases yesterday in all of Ontario, and across Canada, I think it was like 100, just over 100 or something like that.
I hate to jump off the topic there because we
we were gonna go in that direction. Believe me, I was done with the hip hop stuff.
So. But it's just that honestly, and if there's anything that anybody can say, I mean, I hate politics and this and that, but there's one thing you got to do is you got to give both. It doesn't matter if you're conservative or a liberal. Like, I don't care what you guys are, but you got to give both parties, man, that handled this great. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta. They handled everything, especially amongst all the shit. Like even you get like Trudeau and stuff. Amongst all the shit, the stupid shit that's going down on in the States, you don't think he's had to bite his tongue, bro?
Yeah, many times. I agree with you. I think
he's not even going to Mexico.
I agree with you. The only thing I would say is that they could have moved faster on some things.
Some things we could have all moved faster with, right?
Right. I know this was unexpected and like everyone's still trying to learn how to maneuver through here and stuff like that. Yeah. But I think you're right. I think they've handled this pretty well, and especially in comparison to the fucking States, of course. No. That's an easy shot to make though. But I think the masks thing though, I think they could have made it mandatory a little bit sooner.
That's what I want to ask you. Now, this is a good point because now that you brought up the masks, this is what I want to ask you. What's the point of it now? Is it just to stop a second wave?
Yeah, exactly. So the cases so look, you just said yourself, the cases are low right now, right? So you have to bust out all preventative measures now to make it so people are protecting themselves and most importantly others, because the mask is mostly for other people's sake. People don't feel comfortable in crowded places. Listen, I don't know how you feel about the mask thing. I think they suck. I don't like wearing them, but guess what? Suck it up, everybody. It's not that big of a fucking deal to be asked to put on a fucking mask if you're going to go inside somewhere. And if you don't want to do it, don't go there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these people freaking out. I think it's ridiculous that people are freaking out like over this. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, no, I know, and I understand there is people that do have issues with it and stuff like that but not only that, because of health reasons, certain things like that. I mean, it's one or the other. Even with me at work, I got to wear a shield.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I figure it's got to be one or the other. The shields are mandatory from day one.
No one's out there screaming about how much they love wearing it.
Obviously,
it's think of other people though, man. Like, don't be inconsiderate. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not outdoors still. It's all indoor places now. They're telling you. So if you go inside a store, if you go inside a mall, you got to. Yeah, no, for sure. I agree with that too. Yeah, they for sure should keep the borders closed. I agree because there's way too many cases over there for them to come over here for sure.
They keep spiking.
But yeah, I just think suck it up. Like, I don't think people need to be out here freaking out about it. There's so many videos going around now about freaking out.
Carrie thing or whatever Karen thing or fucking.
Oh, there's
a whole thing. I don't know.
You know about Karens, right? You know what Karens are.
They like white people.
No,
I'm trying to figure.
I don't think it's specific to race. It's more like privileged women that like kind of like I don't mean
to put you on the spot, but I have no idea. I heard something about it today.
It's basically just it is directed at women of a certain position on things, like, you know what I mean, like the way they want to be treated or the way they see the world, and they kind of are aggressive towards other people. I'm sure there's a better explanation for it, but it's basically like privileged privilege a lot of the time white. It is a lot of the time white women that you're seeing,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's specific to white women. But it's privileged people that are like women that are basically freaking out over nothing, like small things where you don't need to, freak out at people about. For instance, there's that woman
today.
Yeah, there's the whole thing with the mask, people freaking out of the mask. You're seeing, oh, look at this Karen or whatever. And then like there's also the other thing about like I seen one a while ago where it was a woman treating like somebody at a fast food place like shit because they got her order wrong, just like unnecessarily bitching at people about shit that really, you know what I mean, like you shouldn't be treating people like this kind of thing,
regardless
right?
if it's a white person or a woman or a man, you
essentially there you go. Yeah, that's a good explanation right there, Max. It's just like really, like is it really okay. Yeah, you know what I mean, like is it you really
Thanks,
need
Max.
yeah, exactly.
That's a good explanation. No, you kept
just
it simple
bitches,
for me.
essentially just bitches. That's what I mean, like, and I'm sorry to all our women
well,
viewers
here. It's not even women, it's just people,
my apologies,
period, right? Yeah, it's just people in general, right?
Well, yeah,
but usually it tends to be
a lot of the women are kind of getting directed with the Karen thing, but there's
it is men too.
You hear the Chads being thrown around for men, like more like dickhead fucking like bros, you know what I mean, this kind of thing. Like there's that kind of classification for idiot meathead men and stuff like that, right? I think it's more so directed at women, this one, and I know some people are taking offense to this, but I mean, like the people that are Karens out there are going to keep on Karening. I mean, like that's just kind of what they do, right? I mean, that's their thing, right? They're kind of it's people are rolling with the Karen jokes now. I mean, like
that's why I came across it, because I wasn't into it, so I didn't hear so much about it when it was.
I mean, again, Rob, we've said this many times on this show. I'm okay with that. The sports. I don't know if you've been paying. I don't know if you've been paying attention to anything going on with any sports, but there's so many weird precautions going on now, and like things that they have to bend over backwards for, and like and change essentially the game or their schedules or the way things are working out or how long things are getting pushed back. That it's just a shit show. They should just fucking just shut it down. It's just the money involved. That's all it is. They won't let go of the fucking cash that these franchise owners.
The last second,
right? So, but I agree, it's ridiculous.
I don't know how they're gonna open up.
I see some posts that Karens now are getting mad, like people that are named Karen because they're being classified as Karens.
Hey,
so it's not a good time to be called Karen, unfortunately.
Karen. Do we know a Karen, guys? Is there any Karens out there?
I think Max is right. A lot of the times it has been white women, but
now it's been anybody really.
It's not directed. I don't think it ever started out. It's just a lot of these videos you see online that they're talking about, or that you're seeing people freak out are white. Probably more privileged white women as a result of like, you can't talk to me that way. Blah 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 blah.
$40,000 Rolex.
Right. Yeah. So
like, that's kind of fucked up.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
No, it was today on the radio, but wearing a fucking mask because she had a broken finger.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
She was freaking out, so they called her one. Right.
Oh, I seen that video. Yeah. So. I seen that video. Yeah, she's getting. But you know what I mean. That person is also getting a lot of eyes on her as a result, and also trying to push her agenda because she was against the wearing of masks.
It's true.
So that's what I mean. So people, they put themselves out there, and whether or not they're obviously looking for the attention. Yeah. But the people that are kind of like jumping on their social medias to make comments about that person, I think also need to take a step back, because as a result, you're putting way too many eyes on this person than they deserve. And then they're able to push their agendas as a result, trying to kind of go on about the, how masks are unsafe and all this kind of stuff. And that the data is bullshit that they got, that it helps and all this stuff. Right. I mean, like, look at certain places.
It feels like now they just have an overstock of masks and now they want people to buy them.
No, that's not what it is.
I feel sometimes
it's not
so much. There's so much stuff that I feel like it contradicts itself, dude.
I just don't think there's any way for people to be freaking out the way they are, like the videos that we've seen in the States and now here as well. For that matter,
I mean,
there's been people going to stores that are getting asked to put on masks that are destroying fucking displays.
I'm worried about that kind of shit at work for me, right?
No, like that's what I mean. It's just uncalled for. Like, listen, you don't gotta like it. Yeah. But now it's a fucking bylaw, so now you got to do it. Too fucking bad.
You don't get in the store, and
right?
if you give it a hard
I've
time,
seen
you get arrested.
I've heard people call people out for being racial, like, you know what I mean? Like, as a result of this, I've heard people use that. I've heard people say, I have a medical condition, I can't wear a mask. Like, there's all
they actually have to have a piece of paper saying it
right
on them. They have to state.
No, but I'm saying everybody. No, but a lot of the times these people are just saying that that's not the case.
No.
They're just fucking saying everything in the book to avoid having to wear the mask.
I know people that they even with lung problems, they're still wearing them. Right, because they just do it, right? They're all, 35 players, man. I know.
That went up since the last time we talked about it.
I thought that was baseball too, because a bunch of the Jays got it too, and they're back. The dome's open, so all that
they're training
right now. So all that COVID's just flying in the air, guys. but you know the one thing good about that is they're staying and they got the whole hotel to themselves.
Yeah.
Right. So everybody's family and their whole family, because they got to quarantine anyways for 14 days. Right. So why not make it a fucking party? They can still open the dome, have the kids having fun, and they can still be in the hotel at night, right? And play baseball during the day. They got the whole place to themselves. How much better could it be for them? I mean, it's the whole team, the trainers, everybody, because they all came back from Florida, right? So that'll be an interesting one to see, because I don't know. Like, they're trying spring training. I think baseball might end up being a goal because they're going to cut it half the season. They got 152 games they can fucking mess with.
That's what I mean. They should just fucking call it off this year.
They said they were going to do 62 games.
Just call it off, man. It's not worth it, all this shit. Yeah, and then they fucking just recently shut down Wasaga there. Wasaga got shut down because there was a lot of activity going on down there. The mayor said,
yeah, man, nobody else. They actually closed they only closed one beach.
There's only a certain part, yeah. But there's that one strip, like the one strip
there's no road there anymore.
Oh, that whole boardwalk is gone now?
They put sand right up to the fucking... they put sand right up to the fucking...
I didn't know that. Whole turn, I haven't been up to Wasaga in a long time.
Neither did I, man. And they apparently, I read it up, and they said that they... you know what I mean? They took out that whole thing. They just covered it with sand, made more beach front, right?
I know it's true. Yeah. No, but we're seeing it roll out and everything. We're seeing it happen with professional wrestling. People have turned their backs on the WWE because of their practices, because putting their people at risk now. And it's fucking wrestling. It's all contact, right?
Yeah,
like, it's like, exactly. Yeah. So there's been over like 15 people. I was talking about, I think last week, where that got COVID now. Baseball, you're seeing it in all sports soccer now too, man. No, that's what I mean. You're seeing it in all sports, and like people are feeling forced to get out there and play because they're they're signed to contracts and all this shit, right? A lot of these guys, and they're like, okay, and then they get and who looks irresponsible? The fucking teams, right? Like the organization. Like you're gonna put your guys, you're putting people at risk, right? Like, so yeah, there's a lot
probably guaranteed that they're gonna be taken care of, dude. Trust me, if something happens, but that's still putting your life on the line. If it's that serious of a, and that serious of a death rate and stuff like that, and then all that stuff, and if there's underlying complications and all that stuff. Look how, and he's in a car separate from everybody else, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They just started F1 racing too in Austria this weekend.
Here's the thing, though. You don't even know how what these guys' lifestyle are outside of the sport.
That's the problem.
Right? So they're taking their lifestyle outside of the sport and bringing it to the sport. And mingling with other people playing the sport, and that's how the shit spreads.
Well, they're saying that some of these people are being tested. I mean, that some of these leagues and stuff are being tested every day.
Yeah.
So that makes it so after the 2 weeks, you're getting a result every day.
It's not worth it, man.
But still, even if you're getting a result every day and you're coming back negative every day, what happens if there's that one day you come back positive?
Yeah.
And then you've been hanging around how many people because they said you were okay?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's already been past the 2 week period.
Yeah.
Now, how many more people on that team have it, or in that area have it, like in that section, if that, inside the Rogers Center, for instance, right?
Right.
Because that's fucking huge. I mean, where are they gonna go? They're gonna be interacting with everybody.
Listen, the shit's just not gonna die out if we continue in these trends, right? Like, that's what I mean. Like, and it's not gonna die out till we get a cure, obviously. But like at the same time, it's like if you want to continue to see numbers like we have now, that's why I think it's good that they've finally instituted this mask thing. You know what I mean? Like making it mandatory in public spaces, because that's where you're gonna get the most people being able to contract it, right? So they should be like that, right? I think so.
Now they're doing this whole crazy thing with they're talking with vaccines, and people are getting all paranoid now too, with people getting chips and stuff put in them with these vaccines, Bill Gates and fucking
the 5G theory. We've talked about this already.
No, they're about putting it in there. Like they're talking about it on the thing too today. They people at home.
Is that still true? 7 fucking days? You sure with that, Max? Like Yeah, check your stats there. I think 7 fucking days.
No,
I mean, like,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Here it's like one day
every
now.
7 days,
1 or
maybe
2 days.
they're testing somebody.
Yeah, that seems like a long time to get results. I'm sure maybe at the start of this it was like that. I would hope that's not the case now.
No, well, they still say, and
I mean,
it's about a
they
week
still
or
need to
2.
isolate for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
10 to 14 days,
because you could still have the symptoms could pop up anywhere in between those 14 days.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you come in contact with somebody day 1, it might not show up in your symptoms until day 7. You know what I'm saying? So out of all those 14 days, and it might only show up halfway through, right?
Yeah, it's all about money. I mean, we've talked about this. I hate to keep bringing it up, but at the same time, it's like every week you're hearing about the shit getting worse and worse in sports, and like, how can we not talk about it? Because like we've been saying from the start, they need to, cut this.
And you know what?
Man.
If we don't get it under control, guys, we're gonna lose everything. We're gonna lose all the small pops and moms and pop businesses, all the little guys. We're gonna lose.
It's already started.
Yeah, but we're gonna lose it all to big box stores.
Yeah,
because they're the only ones that are gonna be able to open up because they can afford to spend the money to put all the precautions in place. You know what I mean? It's not as easy as it looks for some of these little guys. And by taking this extra time, if we go into another, peak where they got to shut shit down again, and when they got to fucking do this all over again, all those places that you grew up going to, guys, how many of them are going to be gone? Those bars, those fucking restaurants, anything, man.
Yeah.
Stores that you just used to go into, Nico, wherever you get your comics from. I mean,
yeah,
I know you can get them online now, which is different, but I mean, I know you physically like to go in and get them.
Well, Rob, when I saw him last, was talking about there's a place that they know by them that already has shut down.
That's what I mean.
Due to COVID, right? Yeah,
that's only one place by them, right?
I mean by me, there's about 3 places I know that have shut down now. I got a business like that. Yeah, that I like frequent.
I told you I took a drive along Bloor Street one day, and you know how many places I seen closed down now? Yeah. Those places are going to be gone for good.
Bro, the rent's too high. If you're bringing no revenue in for months at a time, like there's no point.
You might a lot of renovations that need to be done there too. And I don't know if they could get it all done by just not doing anything. If these little businesses wouldn't be able to afford to get this stuff cleaned up properly. And that's the problem too. The government's helping them stay afloat, but really we need to fix a lot of the infrastructure in the city too.
Right.
Because otherwise the big businesses are going to come in, put their nice big properties up, and that's it. You're not going to have nothing.
But yeah, to what Max said there, I agree. It's just that there's a lot of misinformation out there. He said that he heard firsthand from somebody that works there in NYC that's the case. But there's a lot of misinformation out there. So who knows?
It is. It's true. Right? There's been a lot of information, misinformation through every country. It's almost like nobody wants to share the truth, man. It's almost scary at one point because it's like, why aren't you guys talking and communicating with each other?
Before we get ready to wrap up here, I guess because we're going almost on 2 hours, is there anything you wanted to quickly bring up that you've been watching lately? Any recommendations for the folks at home? Anything new you've watched that you want to talk about? Stay tuned for that Pulp Fiction show, guys. We'll be doing that soon. Angie actually was in the chat here earlier, messaged our late night chat Instagram account asking about that, saying she's looking forward to it. So we'll be posting a date soon on that. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll be doing it, but we got a couple of things in the works right now. So,
and it's going to be a fucking hot week, so I don't know. We might take a little breather this weekend.
I think we're gonna take. That's the other thing we didn't mention. Sorry guys, that like the Friday of events. I think we're gonna take a break this week and then get back at it for the next couple of weeks afterwards. So
it gives it a little breather, and then like this weekend with this fucking heat.
Plus, we understand not everybody can be with us every Friday, right? And so I think it's a smart time not to.
You know what's funny though is that people might be inside because of the AC.
Yeah, I've heard about the asymptomatic. What's that?
They might be what do you call it? They might be inside more because of the AC.
That's
right?
True too.
This fucking hot temperature, man. Nobody wants to be walking around at night when there's mosquitoes and shit.
But anything you wanted to throw out there that you've been watching quickly?
Well, I've been the usual stuff. Snowpiercer. I watched. I've been continuing to watch Black Monday.
No problem, Angie. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, thanks for tuning into the Monday show, and definitely check out those movie ones. There'll be more to come, and hopefully we'll be getting guests on there eventually as well. Like once we I want to do a few just to get the
swing of things.
Yeah. First, so it'll be good. Yeah, but Snowpiercer, you finished that? No, it's still coming out. I guess.
It's still weekly, right? I think one is out today. I think I gotta watch that. Actually, no, I think I don't remember. I might have seen it already because I get to see him the day before.
Black Monday, you caught up on that? I'm caught up on that. Yeah,
I caught that one.
Yeah,
actually, I didn't watch Did I watch yesterday's one?
No. I watched it. I'm up to date. There's been, I think, 2 episodes since they've come back. 2 or 3
2.
episodes.
So
right?
I think I might have watched it last night, and it was a quick half hour. So
it got revealed that you're all working for the FBI.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they were all at the dinner table there. Yeah.
That guy, the dude there came in, the bald guy. He came in
and ratted everybody out because he was the guy getting pissed on in the fucking party.
Yeah.
That was awesome, man. Did you see how the guys did?
The best is when you see the stockbroker brother who's like all disfigured and shit hiding. Guys, Black Monday, it's a funny show. Yeah,
I watched the film, bro. I watched the film. The film was crazy, dude. You know, I didn't give away the ending because I think Nico wants.
I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I'm going to.
Nico wants to see it, but I mean, I think it's different from the I think it's going to be a different ending than the TV show.
Don't throw anything out. Don't spoil it, Max.
That one there was a little bit. It's kind of similar and not similar, if you know what I mean, Max. If you watched the TV show, it is kind of similar, but in a different perspective.
Yeah,
they're trying not to put it into that same context like the movie, because the movie was fucking crazy.
I'm here to say, sadly, this is kind of embarrassing. Well, I guess not. What's to be embarrassed about? I don't fucking care. Just a show I never thought I'd actually end up watching recently. Christine had it on the TV, and I got sucked into watching it some of these evenings. There was some like Canadian baking show on Netflix that I ended up watching some of it, bro. It's where they do competitions and they bake things against each other. Okay. I've never watched a cooking show like that in my life. Is
that why you made that nice fucking huge steak the day after I left you?
No, because it's baking, right? It's not barbecuing, right? So I watched some of that shit this past week, and I watched a fucking weird movie, bro. I watched this movie. I wouldn't recommend it. It's really fucking weird. Maybe you'd like it. I don't know. It's really weird. So it's the Jesus Rolls. You seen this?
No.
Jesus, the guy that plays Jesus, the bowler from Big Lebowski.
Okay.
He's in the movie. This is a movie about his character. It's just about him. So he gets out of prison at the start of it. You remember the guy that plays that character? The guy
It's been a while since I've watched it. That's the Malkovich one, right?
No, it's not John Malkovich. It's John Turturro.
Turturro,
yeah. And he's great. Great actor. You ever seen that Night Of show with him?
That's the long hair and the fucking crazy beard now. Yeah, I know who it is.
Yeah,
Lebowski.
so John Turturro, but that's not the guy who plays the Lebowski guy. He's the guy that plays the bowler, the Spanish bowler in that one.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I mixed up the Lebowski guy in that.
Yeah, so so if you guys have watched The Big Lebowski, that's one we should fucking watch on that show one of these days. I love that fucking movie.
So it's been a long time.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I confused the two movies, being John Malkovich for some reason.
So well, maybe we'll have to watch that one. That'd be a good one.
You fucking don't worry, dude. I watched the first one or two. Funny? I watched the first episode.
I'm kind of interested in watching it, but I haven't seen it yet.
It's so stupid funny, man.
Yo, listen, you're talking to me who liked that show that used to play on Spike TV, the one that was they used to make fun of the Japanese dubs where they did the voices over at MXT. Where was that? You remember that show where it was like it was Japanese game shows, but there was guys that dubbed over it and just made funny voices.
That's like
for all the
karate fucking ninja or whatever that fucking show was.
American Warrior. American Gladiator was a sick show.
No, not Gladiator.
No, but there's the American Ninja Warrior. Yeah.
I think they have a version of that or some sort of show like that. That's dubbed
I watch tons of just dumb shit. This isn't dumb. What? I just don't like those cookie shows. I didn't think I liked them, but I was watching it and I was like, oh, it's a competition, and you get this. These people do some amazing things when they bake and shit. I was like, you know what? I just got sucked into it. I was like, hey, what can you do?
You know what? Yeah, I guess if you like watching stuff and you like food, like baking and doing that, I just don't have the patience, bro. I don't know.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm surprised at myself too for watching it, but I
mean, you do cook, right? So
no, not really. No, Christine. No,
Christine does all the
cooking. That's what I mean. So I'm not even taking much away from it in that sense, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, but the Jesus Rolls movie, weird fucking movie. He gets out of jail in it, and it's him and great cast. Yeah. Bobby Cannavale's in it. He's like the main guy with him.
Yeah. Fucking, best is you say some of these names like I'm gonna remember.
You know him.
I know him.
Do. Yeah, you know him. He's a guy.
It's so hard with names.
Yeah, you know who he is. He's hold on. I'm just trying to bring up the Susan Sarandon's in it. That guy who was in here. I'm just bringing up the cast right now. Christopher Walken's in the fucking first scene of the film. Like it's just one good person after another, but it has no plot. It just goes from one thing to the other. The guy like steals cars throughout the whole movie and just is on the road doing things.
Yeah.
And every time you think there's going to be some sort of a plot or the direction's going to go into some sort of with a certain character, something happens and it changes up. And it's literally just this guy out on the road, like drifting through life. Like, and that's just his life. He's like a criminal who's just basically just going from one thing to the next, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
know, that's a good one.
I'm good with that sometimes. I'm good with that.
That would be like a whole Black Friday.
I love Wolf of Wall Street. It'll happen. I mean, I just kind of wanted to spread out some of the directors at first, right? Like I just didn't want to do all, because we already did a Scorsese movie, right? Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna do any fucking Scorsese movie, we're gonna do Goodfellas at one point, right? You know what I mean?
No
so
shit.
yeah, of course.
We gotta break that down for everybody.
Bro, I could talk for fucking 3 hours about that movie. It's gonna be a problem.
I'd have to rewatch it again, man. I've watched it a bunch of times, and I watched it's like watching Reservoir Dogs. Like it's like, you know, you got to rewatch it like 3 times.
Right.
You know, I don't absorb it like you do anymore, man.
Right.
It's like it's like Friday before I left here that night. You were getting mad at me. You're like, fuck, why can't we have this discussion on the cast? I don't even remember what the fuck we talked about that night. You know, believe it or not.
That was some interesting late night chats that we had after post show, after we fucking did the thing for 3 hours. And then we went out and chatted for like another hour.
An hour and a half. Yeah. We're smoking, he's drinking beer. I was smoking joints.
Yeah.
Just chilling out, man. Fuck. And it was kind of weird, man. He gets mad at me. Nico gets mad at me, guys, because he's like, where's the fucking talk like this on the chat? Yeah, Boogie Nights.
That's okay. I like it. I don't know if I like it. I love it. I would do it. I would do it, but you know. Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of just what I've been. Nothing really that big I watched this week, but that's a weird movie I watched. Jesus Rolls. It's okay. Good performances. Good people in it. Bullshit plot, no story, kind of a weird fucking film.
Also I've been watching I've been keeping up with the season 2 of Doom Patrol, so yes, I've been liking that. That's totally different from the first season. It's throwing me off, but maybe I'll have to watch a review on the fucking first season or something just to see what it was, you know, to kind of get the gist of it. But you know what I mean, that's a great show too. There's all kinds of stuff that's out right now. I mean, actually, a lot of shows have actually stopped too because of this whole time. But like I said, I'm watching that Staircase thing, that documentary I was telling you about. That was another weird one, right? And I haven't finished watching that yet, but that's about that writer. But apparently, it's going to take a twist now. I don't know. I'm waiting for it. But apparently it came out in fucking 2018, but it was just became big now on Netflix, unless it was just released on Netflix as the documentary.
Right.
Yeah, but we'll have to see what happens, man, because it's really an interesting, you know, documentary to be honest. It's about an hour episode every one.
Yeah, I know you like your documentaries.
It depends, man. It all depends on what they are.
Sorry, which one was this that you just mentioned?
The Staircase one.
I seen another one that said Unsolved Mysteries. That one I'm into.
But Unsolved Mysteries, that's the TV show.
No, but there's one that has 6 different episodes. Not a documentary, but it's 6 different episodes, each focusing on a different unsolved mystery. That just came on Netflix as well. I want to see it. One of them is about aliens. One of that I kind of want to watch that. But I think that's
like the old show Unsolved Mysteries.
Okay.
It's just redone. It's
I'm fine with that.
Out with it.
I'm fine with that. Okay, well, yeah, so that's kind of what we've been watching lately, guys. Thanks for tuning in. A few people in the room here tonight. Thanks a lot, you guys, for sticking with us tonight and
keeping us interested in the chat.
And once again, I know we kind of spoke at length about that battle. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, it is
up still. Hopefully,
it is up. Yeah, it's up on our YouTube. The Ludacris. Go to Battle of the Bangers playlist or go to our YouTube page. It's the episode before this one. Once again, these shows get re-aired on Thursdays. If you ever wanted to, if you missed part of the show or you wanted to rewatch it, these get uploaded Thursdays. We do them live on Monday, but they get uploaded to the YouTube Thursday for everybody else who may have missed it. So if you ever missed one, definitely check that out. And I don't know, anything else you wanted to mention before we go?
No, actually, other than that, no. I like I said, I'm grateful for everybody that comes on and goes in the chat and stuff like that and gets interactive with us and stuff like that. So it's always great. I know there's always people watching in the background somewhere.
Yeah, and you got to be signed into your YouTube to kind of chat with us, or if if
you
sometimes
don't want to chat, you don't have to. Right?
No, you don't have to.
Watch.
And sometimes you may not just have much to say on what we're talking about at the moment. I know we bounce around, right?
Yeah, so some if you didn't want to, just throw in a comment and we can fucking
get in the chat, get involved in the chat. That's what we're here for,
talk
right?
About whatever you want.
We really appreciate it. Yeah, we take suggestions and whatever. If you want to change the subject up or school us on something, right? We don't have all the answers and we don't know what to talk about sometimes. So all right, so
that's what I was gonna do too. I forgot to tell you that even with your Brews with the Cruise guys, I was gonna finish listening to that second Cat. I didn't get to listen to the whole thing.
I was actually waiting for you to mention it because I was hoping we could kind of both talk about it, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna bring it up. I'm gonna save it for because I gotta still listen to the whole thing.
Because I have some comments. I have some comments to say on that.
Yeah. You're talking about the first one or the second one?
The second episode. Okay,
because the second one,
my buddy Nazim talked about me a bit on the episode, and I really liked what he had to say, and I actually have even commented to him about it again.
Yeah.
But shout out to them, guys. Check it out. It's Brews with the Crew podcast. They have their own website. It's www.brewswiththecrew podcast. They're also on YouTube, but they're not putting the full episodes up on there. It's just more teasers and stuff like that.
Even their Instagram page.
Hey, thanks, Max. Thanks a lot. And before you go, I'm just gonna mention here, shout out to you. And this song is the first Freddie Gibbs song I ever heard back in the day. This is my way back playback for tonight. So this is what kind of put me on to Freddie Gibbs for whatever reason at the time. This was the first thing that I heard. This is called National Anthem, aka in brackets they have Fuck the World. And this is my thanks, hey, Angie. Thanks, Angie. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, and look forward to that next movie cast for sure that you were asking about. Thanks for tuning in to the Monday night show.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, so once again, Freddie Gibbs, National Anthem. Here we go.
There you go.
Yeah. Back when I was young, very ambitious, but often blinded by my hunger. Some say I dream too big and my dream gon' take me under. Beneath the streets of Gary, when I make it out, I wonder. Could my obituary be the next they read amongst the niggas I came up with and fell victim to this dope game? Poverty stricken, so our economy is cocaine. Ecstasy, heroin, marijuana, ain't no hope, man. Absentee fathers and dopey mamas got my hood turned out to the point that a nigga wanna go and get paid. But sitting on the bench, I'ma go on to the next lick till I'm gone in my grave. Then I figured out that I can make a living off a nigga word rhyme. It was all in my mind. Everybody in the G with the Figaro studio, nobody had a flow quite like mine. But along with the fame came a whole lot of hate from the hood. Every day I would fight. Mama can't sleep cause I'm way too deep in the street. She would pray to it at night. Every rhyme that I spit real shit cause it's just another day in my life. It is better to prevent test than my testicles. They be vegetables. They gon' respect the blood till I'm gone. One for the money, two for the motherfucking haters. Keep my name in the game. I'm screaming fuck the world. Bad bitches for all my niggas. Where your fingers if you're feeling the same. I'm screaming fuck the world. One for the money, two for the motherfucking haters. Keep my name in the game. I'm screaming fuck the world. Bad bitches for all my niggas. Where your fingers if you're feeling the same. Screaming fuck the world. Player haters, fuck 'em. Record label, fuck 'em. Radio, fuck 'em. Hold my shit still be bumping. Never change my style up for any of them. I'm strictly thugging. A lot of niggas made a name off banging and hustling, but really wasn't. I